All right, everybody, let's do it. Hi. Come on, Jaden. Okay. Yes. Hi. Okay. Here we go. Hey. What you doing, Mars? What do we think, guys? Can the Commanders do it? I sure hope so. No, you don't think so? I think they can, but they need... All right, Marcy, they definitely need a quick start over here. Even if they can get a field goal on the board or just move the ball well enough against their D, I think they'll be okay. Isn't it amazing how their offensive line is so much better than the Giants with the same offensive line coach? Link. Okay. Sirianni outcoaches his own assistants. Honestly, I don't think Sirianni's a very good coach. He doesn't call the plays. He got demoted, and he literally had to beg for them to keep him. I honestly think the only reason why he still has his job is because he has such a good roster, which he's had since he became the head coach of the Eagles, which must be nice. I kind of feel like anyone who's a decent coach or even okay would succeed with that roster. Come on, Jaden. Yeah. I know. He's so lucky. I actually think that a lot of Eagles fans don't even really think that Sirianni's a great coach. I think they just think that he's good enough because of what he's done the last few years. But I just feel like, honestly, anyone would succeed there. They literally have had one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in the NFL for how many years now? Howie Roseman is just so good at his job. It's honestly unfair. Oh, Jaden. Does that count as a catch? They're saying it is. All right, let's go. What did everyone do this weekend? It's between Mondays and Thursdays with no football, now no college football. I'm like, what is there to watch on TV? Although I have been binging some good reality TV, which is my fave. And if anyone watched Night Agent on Netflix, the first season is really good. And the second season was just released. So I'm excited to watch that. So I'm drinking mulled wine because I'm like, can't be stone cold sober during this game. Hey, Scott, how are you? Did you get any snow where you are, Scott? Florida got some snow down there. I'm going to Alabama on Tuesday for the Senior Bowl, and I cannot believe that they got some snow last week too. It's crazy. I also think Washington showed more last week, and now that that's out, it's on film. That's true. Not to the Shrine Bowl, Scott, to the Senior Bowl. I basically just applied for a media credential and they approved it, which I have to be honest, I was surprised that they approved it because I don't know how strict they are with the criteria. It sounds like they're a little bit less strict than the Giants are with their media credentials. But yeah, I was thinking about going and felt like, especially if the Giants had a high pick in the draft, it was going to be worth getting to see these guys in person and have the opportunity to interview them. Yeah. Oh, thank God that was not intercepted. So anyway, I was like, what the hell? I'll just apply. The worst case scenario, they say no, and then I'll just, stay home and watch from home. And then they said yes. And I was like, well, I better start planning my trip. I'm going to Alabama. So I'm flying out Tuesday. Wow, they're going for it. 4th and 5. Let's go. So I'm going Tuesday. I'll be there for the practice and media session Wednesday. Then there's practice Thursday. Friday, there's nothing. They just have some local stuff going on. So I might go to that. They're having like a parade and I don't know, stuff like that. Come on, Jaden. Yes, converted. 4th and 5. Ertz, of course. So I'm excited. And then the game is on Saturday, and then I fly out Saturday night. So just cold temps in the 40s, but it's back to the 70s now. Okay, good. So you guys didn't get any snow, which is nice. Wichita, you've had snow for the past 3 weeks. Did you guys get a big storm? We just have had like little bouts of snow here and there. We've got like a few inches, but nothing crazy. I think the most we got was 4 in one sitting, but it's been really cold. So the snow has not fully melted here. I'm excited. Yes, I am excited. Jaden Daniels has set a new NFL record for the most postseason passing yards by a rookie. It's amazing. I will never get over the fact that he could have been Giant and we just screwed it up. Even Jaden Daniels, man. But it is, I meant Drake May and Jaden Daniels, but it is what it is. What are you going to do? We'll get another good quarterback soon. Okay, who do I want the Giants to pick with the 3rd pick? If there's a quarterback on the board at 3, I want a quarterback. If both quarterbacks are gone, I want Jalen Carter. I do think Travis Hunter is a great football player, and I think he will be great in the NFL. I personally, from like a wide receiver cornerback perspective, I really want a veteran cornerback. And I think that getting Travis Hunter would be great, but our quarterback room is so young. And we have a new coach, and I just feel like having a veteran in there with good veteran leadership will make all the difference. I hope that a new defensive backs and passing coach is also going to help. We'll see. 4th and 2. Oh my God. Go, Jaden. Run it. You got it. Yes. Got the first, Commanders. Lost a cleat and all. So I really like Abdul Carter. I think that he is the better pick if the quarterbacks are gone, in my opinion. I think for the Giants specifically, you need the best player available. And I just kind of think like they're going to mess it up with Hunter. Like, I just don't know if long-term it's the best move. These 4th down conversions are impressive, man. It's got some Dan Campbell, and I'm going for it on 4th and 5 and 4th and 2. Thank you, Scott. I'm excited. It's gonna be very interesting. Watching from Northwest Oregon with a Victor Cruz jersey on. I love it. I have a Giant shirt on under this, but it's blue for the Bills. So anyway, that's who I want. What do you guys think about the draft? Obviously, we saw at the Shrine Bowl that Sanders was talking a lot to Dable and Shane, which is no surprise to anyone. I know that people are going to take it and run with it this week. Same thing is going to happen if we see Kafka and Sanders talking a lot this week, although apparently Sanders didn't practice. So I'm curious to see what he does at the Senior Bowl. But it's going to be interesting. Oh, yeah, that's an incomplete pass. Tennessee will draft a quarterback with the number 1 pick, but I'm not sure if Cleveland will with Deshaun Watson having 1 year left. The reason that I think Cleveland will if Sanders is off the board at 1 and Ward is the option. I think if Ward goes number 1, I think Dion is going to intercept and say, my son is not going to Cleveland. And I think Cleveland will either trade out of that spot or they will go Travis Hunter. Watching the Commanders run down the field right now is really fantastic. Oh, 4th down. They're going for the field goal. That means I could still hit my parlay. I did a parlay with the first touchdown scorer being Saquon because I thought the Eagles were going to get the ball first. And then last touchdown scorer, McLaurin. So still in the running here for that. Not a real big one, but in my house for the first week, the heater. Oh no, and your house broke in the first week? Kick is good. Commanders take the lead 3-0. Love to see it. Oh God, that sucks. Were you able to get it fixed? Hi, Willie. How are you? I hope we may be in another Dave Brown, Ken Graham stretch. I know. I do hope, but I really believe that I don't want to say any quarterback they bring in because my ideal hope is that they bring in from a veteran perspective, either Jameis Winston, Justin Fields, or Russ Wilson, which it sounds like Russ Wilson might not be an option anymore. And if they get one of those guys in the draft, I really feel like any one of those guys is going to be better than the 4 quarterbacks that we watched play for the Giants last year. And then look, if they have another season where they go 5-12 or whatever it is, then they get a quarterback next year. And especially if this season is bad enough where at the end of the year, Dable fires everyone and they have a top 5 pick again, then we're in a position to get a better quarterback. And I think that whoever the new head coach is isn't going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to draft a quarterback because they brought in Sanders or Ward or Jackson Dart, I hope that's not the philosophy because we need depth at the quarterback position along with every other position on this roster. So, yes, sooner or later. That's the thing. I know, Willie. I wasn't going to live stream. And then I was like, I'm sure Giants fans are just watching this game, like, kind of pissed off about it. So I was like, what the hell? I'll just come on for a little bit and go on. So Kafka had his second interview with New Orleans yesterday. So it sounds like it's between him and Anthony Weaver. So I don't know if there's going to be a third round of interviews. I know that Kafka is going to be at the Senior Bowl this week. So I'm assuming that's kind of the end of the interviews unless they just do a virtual one. But I'm sure we're going to find out this week. Like, I think it's going to be any minute now at this point because it sounds like it's really down to those two. They're the last team to make a decision. And, as the Shrine Bowl and the Senior Bowl, like as this stuff goes on, I think that they're going to want to make a decision so they can be prepared. Do you think Carter will be a Hall of Famer? That's the way you have to look at 3 picks overall. That's a good question. He has the pro comparison that a lot of experts are making is Micah Parsons. And do I think Micah Parsons is going to be a Hall of Famer? Very possibly. So I think that if he is anything close to that, then yes. Yes, Shane will keep his decisions close to the vest with draft and free agent. I agree. Come on, make a play here. Make a play here. Can't let them run it back that far. I cannot believe that Pete Carroll is back. The head coaching carousel. Oh, look at this little scrub. Yeah, fight. Beat the shit out of the Eagles, please. Anyway, I'm surprised. I am surprised that Pete Carroll came back. I feel like he's always wanted to continue on coaching, so it's not necessarily him, but I'm surprised that other teams were like, let's bring Pete Carroll back into the fold. He was a great coach. So very interesting. Good for him. But yeah, the coaching carousel this year has been really interesting. I really feel bad for the Lions because they lost so many coaches. Come on. Oh my God. Do not let him do this. It's the first run, you guys. Oh my God. I knew the run defense was not good, but I hit the first leg of my parlay. Saquon, first touchdown scorer. Two plays. That actually was the first play. Oh my God, I hate the Eagles. The Commanders, you better get your fucking shit together. Sorry, excuse me. Oh God. They're going to do this all game because Jalen Hurts is dealing with a knee and they don't have the starting center that they had. And apparently the Commanders defense doesn't know how to stop the run. So that's great. No, Willie, I'm only going to do this game and then I'm going to watch the Bills game and just relax a little bit. But anyway, I feel for the Lions because I really felt like this was their year and they were going to make it to the Super Bowl. And the fact that not only did they lose the Commanders, but they lost both of their coordinators. They lost their linebacker coach, I'm pretty sure. They, I think, have lost 4 coaches already, which is crazy. So anyway, I just feel for them because I love the Lions and I wanted this to be their year. And I think Dan Campbell's an excellent coach. I think that he will be able to keep them going. But, you know, they lost a lot of coaches and it's tough, you know. So hope they can figure it out. Yes, and Parsons and Carter wear the same number, and they also didn't start playing the edge until their last year. So they have a lot in common. Hello, Chris. I'm good. How are you? Yes, Commanders and Bills Super Bowl with the Bills winning would be iconic. That's the only way I want to watch the Super Bowl is if it's like that. I mean, if the Commanders win, I'd be happy for them. It's an amazing story. I would rather the Bills win though. Pete Carroll meet a 24-year-old woman and quit after 1 year. Good. I think he's married though, isn't he? Unless he just, you know. Did Bill Belichick ever get married? He must have at some point because he had, or maybe he never did, but he had kids, has kids. I don't know. Yeah, that was not a good start for the Commanders defense. So let's hope they wake up a little bit now. Okay. Can't allow stuff like that anymore. Wink should be the DC for the Lions. I don't know if him and Dan Campbell would get along because I feel like they're both big personalities and I feel like Wink would try to pull the shit that he did with Dable and Dan Campbell would be like, nah, bro, no, you're not doing that here. I'm good, Jay. How are you? I did. I have a parlay for the Bills Chiefs game. It is Josh Allen anytime scorer, Kincaid anytime scorer, and the Bills to win. So let's see how that goes. I don't want the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I really don't. How do you miss that tackle? It's like watching the Giants try to tackle. How do you miss that? You have your arms around his waist or right there. Ben Johnson leaving will hurt the Lions because he went to their rival Chicago. Yes, and he loves Caleb Williams. If the Bears can fix up their offensive line a little bit, the Bears offense under Ben Johnson should do very well. Jeff, hello. Thanks for hopping on. All right, Washington, let's go. Come back here. He will still be the 24-year-old women on the side. I hope that Pete Carroll is better than that. Bell, I will say that was surprising to me for Bill because he just seems like a no-nonsense type of guy. Like he seems like someone who does not know what the word fun means, that the fact that he's dating a 24-year-old is so wild to me. Like out of anyone, I think he's the one that I would least expect it from. Okay, Belichick was married. I thought he was. And I thought Pete Carroll is too. Okay. All right, maybe if I take this off, it'll bring some good luck to the Commanders, which the Commanders did a good job of, you know, moving right down the field. Just, you know, they got to score points here. What does everyone, if the Giants do get Sanders, what do we think? I hear mixed reviews from everyone. I'm a little concerned about his personality things. Like, I think ultimately he will be fine. Just like I was worried about Neighbors, and Neighbors said a couple things to the media that was annoying, but it wasn't like, it didn't ruin the season. It didn't get him in trouble. He didn't get fined, anything like that. So like realistically, it wasn't that bad. What I do think is that Neighbors would be psyched if they get Sanders, and I feel like he's going to be really involved in the offense. I think he's going to become vocal as a leader. I think he's going to have like a renewed sense of hope maybe in this team. Maybe this is wishful thinking from my end, but I feel like they would be a dynamic duo, and I think it would be a good move. I feel the same way about Ward, but I just feel like Neighbors has nice. They converted on 3rd and 1, the Commanders. I just feel like Neighbors and Sanders might have that connection maybe a little bit more right off the bat. I also feel like Neighbors like would love Dion, and I don't know if that's, I mean, I guess that's a good thing, but oh, I didn't even notice the USFL. Was that did they show a commercial for that? 1st and 10. Let's go. Let's go. Oh my God, he just fumbled. Shit. God damn it. Who is that? Brown? Oh no. And the Eagles recovered it right before it went. I was this close to going out of bounds. Damn it. Hi, Harris. I'm sorry. None of us are rooting for you today. I can't bring myself to do it. What I will say is we can all agree that we hate Dallas. And I saw a clip of Eagles fans and Commanders fans in the tailgate today, both saying like the Cowboys suck. And I was like, I'm glad that we can all agree on this, you know? Ben Johnson reminds me of John Gruden, lots of offensive explosiveness with his knowledge, and he is a great motivator with his personality. I also think he seems very likable and open. Like he has a good relationship with the players. Amon-Ra has talked about it. What's his name? Jared Goff. Like a lot of the players have talked about how much they love Ben Johnson as a person and as a coach. And I feel like that goes a long way if you have a good relationship with them. And I mean, I think Dable has that with the players. I think he's just a little like too friendly. Like, I don't like the fact that they seem to like get away with murder a little bit, you know, like you gotta, you know, there has to be consequences. You can't get the same penalty 100 times over and just be like, no, it's fine. You know, keep doing it. It's not costing us games. Doesn't matter. Yes, Willie, I agree. If they can't get Sanders or Ward, I like Dart. I also do like Milrow. Confidence is lower. Organization hasn't produced a viable product in years, and you honestly don't trust Shane. I don't blame you one bit. It's hard. It's been really hard for me to try to get excited this offseason about going into next year. And obviously the draft and free agency could change that. It really depends on who they bring in and what they do. But, you know, I was excited all last offseason after the draft and some of the moves they made. And then, you know, week 1, they just get blown out at home. And I'm like, well, they looked good during training camp. They look good during this and that. And, you know, against the Lions practices and whatever. And then, you know, all downhill from there. So it's just tough. If Neighbors had better locker room mentors as teammates, he wouldn't have mouthed off because they would have been better too. Just needs guidance and better optimism. I agree. I think Dexter is a bit of that guy, but I think Brian Burns is a little bit more vocal, but I think they need someone on offense. Andrew Thomas is too soft-spoken. We don't really know what DJ was like. It sounds like he was probably more of a quiet one, but I think they need a quarterback. Nice. Good D. By Lattimore. They need some leaders for sure. I wanted to start with Dable, and I get the vibe that it doesn't start with him. Like he just does, I don't know, he just like lets them do whatever they want. Which again, like you don't want to be the tough guy all the time, but if they're making the same mistake over and over, it's unacceptable. And you have to be the one who tries to stop it. Come on, Commanders. Sanders, just not a top 3 pick. What he does as a pro, we'll have to see. Yeah. The thing is, the problem is that all of this offseason hype makes all of these players go from, maybe he would have been a top 10 or 15 pick, but he's one of the only 2 quarterbacks who's coming out. He's supposedly significantly better than the second tier of quarterbacks. So, that's the kind of stuff that just see inbounds. Like, why is Devonta Smith wide open? Oh, he got both feet in. And that was a very nice play. Remember when we could have had Devonta Smith? Oh, the good old days. Yes, I agree. Jerry sucks. I honestly kind of feel bad for Cowboys fans because, I don't really, but if you're a Cowboys, listen, as Giants fans, we have every right to be pissed off at our team and pissed off at John Mara for him keeping them and whatever. But if you're a Cowboys fan, you have to be even more pissed off because they could have fired McCarthy earlier, gotten an opportunity at a better head coach, Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn. You've got 2 of the top coordinators coming out along with some of the other people who've been interviewed. They interviewed other coordinators and then they end up taking an in-house guy. And they signed him to a 4-year deal. Like, at least as a Giants fan, I feel like, okay, well, if they can't get Ward or Sanders, and they get Jackson Dart or whatever, and he plays starting week 10 and he's just okay and we lose a bunch of games. If that happens, I know that Shane and Dable are getting fired. I know that we're going to get a good quarterback in 2026. And I know that at that point, like, we have a better chance of turning things around. If you're a Cowboys fan, you've got Dak, Saquon, another touchdown. You've got Dak, who's getting paid a shitload of money coming off an injury. CeeDee Lamb, like they paid all of these money into 3 players. And I just don't think there's any excitement for a brighter future. I don't know. If you're a Cowboys fan, come in here and tell me otherwise. But I feel a little bit like the Giants are in a better place, even though it also sucks for us this year, but it could potentially only suck for 1 year versus 4 years. Hello, Paul. How are you? Hello, Michael. Yes, we unfortunately are watching this. This is the thing that sucks when you get to this point in the season is like, I can't turn on another game because I'm sick of watching this already. Good news is I am drinking wine, so that helps. Yes, Robert Saleh went back to the Niners. Yes, Neighbors needs a mentor. I agree. And I feel like, he would be, I obviously don't know what he thinks about Fields or Wilson or any of those guys. I think because Fields is younger, he probably can relate to him a little bit better than maybe someone like Russ Wilson, who's like married with kids and been in the league forever and says things like Broncos country, So I don't know. Maybe having someone like Justin Fields would be better for him. I don't know. Maybe it's not even him. Maybe if they bring in, a veteran offensive lineman like Trey Smith, like if they were to bring him in, maybe he's the guy that can really mentor Neighbors. I don't know. Yes, I agree, Mario. Jerry does not care about winning. He cares about making money, and that's probably it. I'm going for Commanders Bills with the Bills winning the Super Bowl. That would be ideal at this point. Maybe the Cowboys are check with the in-house hire and just want to see who's available outside. Could be. I think Jerry knows too that like him and Ben Johnson. Like, Ben Johnson is going to come in and want to do things his way, and probably same thing with Aaron Glenn, and Jerry's going to be like, this is my show. And that's unfortunate. Maybe okay. The Cowboys need a running back more than the Giants do, but trust me, the Cowboys are in a much better place than the Giants. I do think the Cowboys have more talent on their roster. I just think that from the top down, they're not in a great place. But we will see. I did think the Cowboys were going to be worse this year. I also thought the Giants were going to be good. So, you win some, you lose some. Okay, Willie, thank you. Willie says we should have kept Barkley. Oh boy, I still disagree with this take, and I understand why Giants fans feel like we should have kept Barkley. I get it. I do. I just think that having Barkley on this team wouldn't have made a difference. Honestly, he is playing on the best rostered team in the league that has depth. You're seeing it with the center. They lost Jason Kelce, and they have a center who basically played barely any snaps last year, comes in, plays amazing the entire season. Now he's out for this game. They have a new center in there like nothing ever happened. No problem. So I don't know. I just think that if Saquon was on our team this year, it wouldn't have made a difference. People can talk about the leadership and whatever, but leadership doesn't make up for the fact that if you have no talent, like maybe the Giants would have been a little bit better because they would have had Jones and Saquon, but I don't think Jones would have been significantly better just because Saquon was on the team. I don't really think it would have helped them. Maybe they would have won 1 or 2 more games and we would have had the 6th pick, and then we'd all be pissed that, they won 5 games or 6 games instead of 4. And then we'd be exactly where we were at this point last year. So I don't know. I get why people feel that way. I just personally don't. Yes, I'm rooting for the Bills. I agree. I think Dallas dropped the ball selecting a coach. Cowboys have Jerry. Doesn't matter their talent. I agree. I've said that for a long time, that Jerry Jones is the reason why the Cowboys are what they are. And they'll never win another Super Bowl as long as he's alive. I just feel like throwing up every time I see Barkley breaking 60-yard runs. I know. I'm with you on that, but I don't think it's worth messing up your cap space to not allow Saquon to hit free agency. And he almost went to the Bears. So it's between the Bears and the Eagles. Or no, it wasn't the Bears. It was the Texans, I believe. And the Bears ended up, come on. Jaden. Oh my God, honey. That was overthrown. It's all right. Get back to it. You got it. Eagles have the best roster. They also have the best depth. You guys, they drafted Jalen Carter, Nakobe Dean, and Cooper DeJean, who all came in within 1 year of each other, right? I think Jalen Carter was before the other two. And look at this. Their team is stacked from top to bottom. Also, keep in mind that even when the Eagles had Miles Sanders, they still made it to the Super Bowl. So they don't need a good running back to be a good football team. They had Boston Scott, who destroyed the Giants every opportunity they got. Yes, look at this. 4th and 6 trick play. Hell yeah. Love it. Fake by Washington on 4th and 6, and they get it. This is the shit that I want to see. Let's go. Beautiful. Wow. Oh my God, we love to see it. Scott, thanks for joining. Get home safe. Enjoy the rest of your day. Yes, Cowboys are overrated. I agree. John Mara is not sleeping. He's definitely not. But look, John Mara has to accept responsibility, and I think he did when he did that. Oh my God, get rid of the ball. I think that was part of the reason why he called that press conference, was he was that was his way of taking responsibility and saying, look, I know this was not the popular decision, but I believe in them. And I don't really believe in them, but it's not up to me to make the decisions around here. So is what it is, you know? Yes, Paul, this is a good point too. Oh, nice. Yes, baby. Let's go, Commanders. Barkley on a Super Bowl level team versus him on a team picking third in the draft. The attitude is different. Agreed. Section 135, row 19 isn't sleeping either. Ugh. When they announced that they weren't going to raise the ticket prices, I was like, you should announce that you're lowering the ticket prices for at least 1 year. That's what you should be doing. Don't act like a goddamn hero when you made the mistake. You made the decision to keep these people, and like, you can't expect us to be hyped about it. Ooh, Willie's going to have chicken parm sandwich, a slice of pizza with sausage and extra cheese. Yum. I had pizza last night. I don't know what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I've been a little bit in the mood for mac and cheese, so I might do that. Maybe with some leftovers. I had wings on Friday and pizza yesterday, so I think I'll do something different tonight. I know, we're all rooting for the Bills. It's not over in the first quarter. Come on. Commanders just had a fake punt. Thank you, Colby Cat. Thank you for joining. My husband's a Pats fan. He's like not even watching this game. Oh my God. Hold on. I'll be right back. I have to get my sweet potatoes out of the oven.
Getting 2 of your fave Wendy's items for $7, like a spicy chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or a 10-piece nug. Well, today's the day your oddly specific dream comes true. Really good dream. 2 bakes for just $7. Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Okay. Have you guys ever had purple sweet potatoes? They're so good. I got them from Trader Joe's, but they just take forever to cook. Any potato does. So I just had them roasting in the oven. Got my invoice 2 weeks ago, due April 1st. Used to be May 1st. Really? So they upped it by a whole month? That's crazy. They didn't raise the prices because they know that fans are pissed at them. And they've had a losing record, 9 out of 10 years? Like, just unacceptable. And Mara knows, I think he can say whatever he wants. I think the fact that people paid to fly planes over the stadium for 2 weeks and would have been a third week, if it wasn't for the weather, I think that was enough for him to be like, okay, I need to do something to appease the fan base, because like, I knew it was bad, but this is taking it to another level of bad and embarrassing. So I think that's it. Flannel guy, what are you drinking today? I'm drinking mulled wine. There we go. They're in Eagles territory. I was offered tickets last season and declined. Yep, I don't blame you. I almost bought them during COVID when they were doing the payment plans. And I was just like, my biggest concern was that by week 5, if I decided not to go to any games, I wasn't going to be able to sell them for the rest of the season. And I know people who are season ticket holders who are had the same issues. And I'm like, this is exactly why I didn't do it. And it just sucks. It does. Willie, I had him in there for like an hour on 400. There were like 3 sweet potatoes that were like this big each, so definitely took a while. Port wine today. Cheers with our wine. Although mine's not very warm anymore, but that's okay. Come on, Jaden. Come on. Someone get open. Damn it. Okay, yeah. The fact that they raised the parking really pissed me off too, because I'm like, it's not bad enough that we have to pay a minimum of $100+ per ticket just to get into the stadium to see this awful football team play. On top of that, we have to pay to park. That is one of the biggest scams going outside of insurance in all industries. The fact that you have to pay for parking on top of a ticket is disgusting. It really is. Like MetLife doesn't make enough money. It's so gross. It really is. All right. Well, they went for the field goal. It's 14-6. They got to be able to close it in the red zone. You cannot win off of field goals, except if you play the Giants. Oh, really? The year before that, they did a sneaky raise of premium games, Dallas, Philly, and Washington. I didn't know that. People say a Chiefs Super Bowl would be boring. Talk about an Eagles Super Bowl. Snore. Oh, Sylvie, I didn't realize that was your account. If it's Eagles Chiefs, I can promise you right now, I'm not watching the Super Bowl. I will watch anything other than that. I'm not watching it. I really need it to be the Bills. Even if it's Eagles Bills, I will watch. Obviously rooting for the Bills, but will be disappointed if it's Eagles. I'm crying in the club after those 2 Saquon touchdowns. Don't cry. It's not worth it. Your tears are not worth it. Wow. Celebrating 1 year sober. Congratulations, Michael. You're almost there. That's amazing. A year is a big milestone. Are you going to celebrate like with dinner or something? You do not buy the season parking pass. You buy one if you go to the game. Oh yeah. But I just still think it's annoying that like anyone who decides to go to a game on a Sunday has to buy a ticket and then buy a parking pass. Like, what do you mean? I already have to pay for a ticket to get into the stadium. Now I have to pay just to park in the stadium. It's just like a gross excuse for extra money. Like, you just don't make enough money. Really? You're $17 for a hot dog? Stop. Can still sing Hail to the Redskins. Oh yeah, how do you think they afford those free medium Pepsis that they give out once every 7 years? Well, I don't know. If you're a season ticket holder, you get them every year. Harris, you haven't asked any questions. Did you? And I missed them. I only saw the one before about the Eagles. Yes, there we go. There's a stop. I know. I hope that Jaden pulls through too. The medium Pepsi was only for the season ticket holder of record. I have 4 lower. You got 1. It wasn't even 1 for all seats for all the tickets that you had. Dude, these fucking people. Come on. Look at how much time Jalen has. He's got all the time in the world back there. It's ridiculous. Get it? Jaden's already missed it. How? Intercept that. Do not call it DPI. Shut up, Brown. Look at this. Oh my God, he's right there. He's literally holding Jalen's arm. Oh, so frustrating. I agree. They are cheap. Only one soda. You just know that they gave away one free medium Pepsi for everyone in the building would still cost them probably pennies. There we go, baby. Push him back. Look at that mullet. Damn. You had goat stew with red beans and white rice. Very interesting. What does goat taste like? I mean, I like goat cheese, but I've never actually eaten goat. I don't want to see another Chiefs Super Bowl. Taking the wife to dinner. That's awesome. Enjoy, Michael, and congratulations. Come on, get there. Get the ball. I've seen some of the NFL stuff at Abercrombie, but not all of it. Do they have I wonder if there's new stuff out there now. I keep getting all these targeted ads now on Instagram for all of these other companies that are promoting their like sports lines, but so many of them don't even have the Giants. They just have the Chiefs and the Eagles and the Bills. I'm like, come on, there's 32 teams in the league. Yeah, Washington, they have to get a stop here. It's 3rd and 7. Do not pull some shit like the Giant. Look at this. Jesus. Just missed that tackle. Oh my God. Marcy, are you ready to lay down? Are you ready to lay down? Goat is a little gamey like lamb. Oh, I feel like I would like that because I love lamb. I never realized that they didn't have Coke at MetLife. So I'm always drinking alcohol at games. So it's either that or coffee. Come on. Yes. Push him back. I love beef stew. That sounds good. The snake costume for Soto's Yankees return has been purchased. I love it. What's the do you already have tickets to the game? I think you said that weekend is in May, and I think it's going to be when I'm in Greece. Damn it. But they play each other twice, right? Come on. The fact that no one is even close to Hurts is driving me insane. I just don't understand how they have their offensive line outside of the Lions. It's the best in the league every single year. Please tell me they just stopped him. It looked like it. Like what? And we can't even get remotely close to that. Yes, I will be tailgating next year for sure. I'm excited for the schedule to come out. So when that comes out in May, my husband and I are going to go to the Giants-Pats game at Gillette because he's from Massachusetts and is obviously a Pats fan. So that's an away game we'll definitely go to. And then I want to see if I can go to a Carolina game this year. So it will just depend on what the Giants schedule is like. And hopefully I'd like to go to Carolina LSU because I think that game will be sick. And I want to see Nussmeier play live. But I don't know if the scheduling is going to work out. Look at this. Look how much time Jalen Hurts has. It's disgusting, honestly. Jeez. I know. I am unfortunate. I just said before, Flip, that I wish there were other games on because I would be at least flipping through the channels right now and not being forced to watch two division rivals play in this game. Although the Commanders are likable this year. I don't hate them nearly as much as I hate the Cowboys or the Eagles. So obviously I would prefer that it be any other teams outside of these two and the Cowboys. I still can't believe the Lions lost. Oh my God. Flannel guy, I will DM you because I went to Greece over a decade ago when I studied abroad, but I went there in March when it wasn't very nice. So we're planning on going in May when it's warm. But I'm so torn on all these islands because I was told that it's going to be warmer in Crete that time of year, but Crete is so far. And then I was looking at staying in Milos and Paros and doing a day trip to Mykonos, but then some like travel agency that I follow on TikTok who has a native Greek resident there as part of the as part of the travel agency said that if you're going to go to Paros, you don't need to go to Mykonos because they're similar. And like, my husband and I are going for like our anniversary. Like, we're not going to Mykonos to like party. So yes. Sack Jalen Hurts. Finally. Third down, baby. Love it. Why don't you do this more often? Oh, it was Luvu. Okay. I almost did Luvu. I bet on I forget his name. It wasn't Luvu, but I bet on someone else to sack Jalen Hurts. I don't care who sacks Jalen Hurts. I'm happy to lose money as long as people do. I know that was the first hit of the game. I think that sack that they got on him. Giants did give season ticket holders a 100 year. Oh, I missed the kick. Yes. Let's go. Eagles downfall starts now. Come on, Commanders. Okay, I did see that they did that, which I thought was a very nice touch, that they finally decided, like, we're going to do something nice for our season ticket holders who have been through the garbage that has been this team for the last decade. So I'm glad that they did that. Kind of sucks that people are selling them. I mean, I get it, but I'm like, why? Oh, the Giants have the Vikings at home again? Really? Could you imagine if Daniel Jones is the starter that game? I would die of laughter over the years. Would you like to say hello, Marcy? I'm surprised they have the Vikes again because I feel like they always rotate through the divisions, but it'll be interesting. They're going to play the Bears too, which is going to be good. Okay, I will definitely DM you because I'm excited. Now my whole TikTok feed is like videos of Greece, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go back. Oh, I didn't realize the Chiefs game was home next year. Okay, here's what I would say. If you're a season ticket holder, be prepared that you can probably sell your ticket for the Chiefs game for double the price. So if there's any game that you don't want to go to, make it the Chiefs and at least make it worth your while and make some money on it, because the Chiefs fans, I bet there will be people who don't know anything about sports, but will just go to try and get a glimpse of Taylor Swift. So that's the good news. There will be one game that you'll be able to make money on. I know they have to get more pressure on him. If Eagles go to the Super Bowl, I want to see Hurts hungover like McNabb was in Super Bowl 39. We can only hope. I did see the video of Dabes and Shador. There's another one of Dable, Shador, Brandon Brown, and Joe Shane talking. But you know what's funny is I bet that he also talked to a bunch of other players, and no one got anything on video except for that one, because that's all people care about. Yes, my dog was growling because you said Jerry sucks. Agreed. Dog looks like my Dicka. I don't know, Willie. I will probably try to go to that game. But I will not pay double the price just to go to that. So that might be, they will probably flex that and make it a night game too, which will be even more of a good reason for me to stay home that night. So we'll see. We'll see what happens when the schedule comes out. TBD. Mars. Look at this fucking dog. I know we've been playing for hours. Aren't you tired? Go, Jaden. Go, baby. Nice. Does that mean Taylor Swift gets a medium Pepsi? If they give away, free Pepsis that day, then she will be lucky enough to get a free one, I'm sure. Although I feel like as long as Mara continues to be the owner, he will never do that again because he knows how pissed fans were about it. And I hope that he learned his lesson, but TBD on that. Go get Dad. Where's Dad? Go get him. Go get him. Go get him, Mars. This game, stat-wise, is actually pretty close. They have the same amount of first downs. The yardage was pretty close before. Go get him, Mars. Go get him. Where is he? Oh, you live outside the Philly area. Oh, I wore my Giants jacket today with everyone wearing Eagles. Oh. Eagles fans are the worst. I see it from everywhere. Like every fan base hates them, no matter what the sport is, no matter anything. Oh my God. They hate them as they should. Oh, she's laying down. It's a good thing that wasn't intercepted. Cooper DeJean, another guy that could have been a Giant, but he's not because whenever I get hate from Eagles fans, I'm like, the only thing you should say to me is thank you for Saquon. Like, as if I have control over that. Go, McLaurin. Go, baby. Go, go. McLaurin touchdown. Yes. Yes. Here we go, baby. Mars, come on. You just laid down so nice. You were laying down so nice. McLaurin is a beast. He really is. Love it. Love it. Okay, so for my parlays, let's see. Oh yeah, Snyder has got to be feeling worse than John Mara is feeling because look at what the Commanders. Oh, they're going for 2. Damn, look at this aggression. I love it. Oh my God, no. Damn it. Marcy. So looking good. Okay, I'll tell you in 1 second because I have like 4 different ones. So my Bills parlay is Bills money line, Josh Allen anytime TD, and Dalton Kincaid anytime TD. I have parlay that's Saquon first touchdown, which hit. I need McLaurin to be the last touchdown of the game. Then I also, okay, let me tell you about the rest. I have, okay, AJ Brown. Oh wait, I didn't need to. AJ Brown, McLaurin, and Saquon anytime touchdown. So obviously you just need AJ Brown for that one. Then I have another same game parlay with Brian Robinson, Devonta Smith, and Jalen Hurts, all anytime touchdowns. Marshawn Lattimore to record an interception, Bobby Wagner to record an interception, Dorrance Armstrong to record a sack. And then I have Commanders money line and Bills money line. And then I also did Commanders money line. Actually, on this is interesting. On FanDuel, you can do follow bets on the lock screen, but it doesn't let you do every bet, which is interesting. I don't know why it would only let me do. Oh, you can only follow one at a time. Okay, very interesting. Yeah, so I thought the Eagles were going to get the ball first, which is why I said Saquon first. But yeah, okay, Sylvie, tell me about what yours are. I do feel like it was a little early to go for 2 there, but Quinn has been pretty aggressive this game so far, so I guess it's not entirely surprising. I'm happy for McLaurin too. He seems like a good dude. Yes, Philly fans are the worst across the league, no question. I know for a fact if I put something with a logo or something on my car, Giants, they will do something bad to my vehicle. This is what I mean. Like, they don't have to be so rude about it. Like, I hate Eagles fans too, but I would never vandalize their car if they have stuff on it. And I would never pour beer on them or purposely try and get in a fight with them. Like, why did they do that? They just suck. She does hate Eagles fans. Mars, go get Dad. Where's Dad? Go get him. Go get him. Where is he? She's looking for him. He's down in the basement. Let's see if I'll tell him to come get her. I know, they are the worst. Also, like, it's not that serious, you know? Come on. You're right there. All right, good. Yes, Willie, I only have one bet right now for the Bills game. It's a parlay with the Bills money line, Josh Allen anytime touchdown scorer, and Dalton Kincaid anytime touchdown scorer. The Green Bay fan said nothing and the Philly fan went off. Right? That was so disgusting. Who's that, Mars? Well, I don't know. So Omnipotent, there was an announcement made yesterday that the refs they chose, I guess, are notorious for being, I don't know, like tough on the Chiefs or something. I can only hope. Yes, Philly people are horrible. I agree. Yes, I'm rooting for the Bills against Kansas City too. Philly fans do that because it is their identity that they feel they have to maintain. They know they are known for being assholes, so they do it to be part of the whole mystique. I just don't you guys want to be known for being like nice people? You know, like we can still hate each other. We just don't have to, fight each other. Yes. Landon Dickerson just limped off the field. So fingers crossed he doesn't come back in. So they had, he's back on the field. Are you kidding? Did they stop it? Jeez. Could you imagine the Eagles fans and Raider fans in the same venue? Not enough. How does Dickerson limp off the field and all of a sudden he's back in with a brace and he's fine? On the tush push, no less. I hate this team. I really do. We have to watch Barkley make history as we watch the rookie Jaden Daniels set records. Joe and Brian have a lot of work to do. I agree. Come look at this. Look at this. This guy's all day. All day. Like, this is what I mean about Sirianni and about Hurts. Like, you are not going to tell me that there is not a quarterback in the NFL who wouldn't succeed in Philadelphia. I actually think Daniel Jones would even be a good quarterback in Philly with all of the stuff that he has. And he has 15 minutes back there to do whatever he wants. Go through 17 reads and wait until someone's open. It's insane. Anyway, I agree. The Giants have a lot of work to do this offseason, no question. I was saying earlier too that even if they do all the things I want them to do in free agency, come on. I don't even know that I would feel that much more confident that they're going to be a better football team. So we'll see. I mean, if they get a good cornerback, a good vet, and a quarterback and a swing tackle, like, I will be optimistic, especially if they do well in the draft. But the thing with the draft is, like, you don't know until the season. So until we're halfway through the season, I'm still going to be like, I don't know what to make of this football team. Get Hurts. Oh my God, get him. He looks like he is immobile. He's looking like Kirk Cousins back there. You got to get him. Okay, some may remember a Flyers game when Toronto's Ty Domi was in the penalty box and he's known for being a fighter. A drunk fan took a shot at him and fell in the box. Domi beat the shit out of him. That doesn't surprise me that he beat the shit out of him. Lacking some brain skills there, or some brain cells there. No question. Come on, get there, get there. Come on, you guys have to stop Saquon. There you go. I know, I also hate Kansas City. I really do. This would be so poetic if the Bills win the Super Bowl versus Philly off the tush push. Josh Allen does a real good tush push. Generations of horrible fans in Philly, 1968. Oh, I heard about this. They threw snowballs at Santa. I mean, what kind of horrible person do you have to be to throw? Come on, get there, get there. Yes, dropped it. Nice. Again, blitz more often, please. Jalen Hurts with his broken knee is not going to be great against the blitz, as we have seen the last 2 times you did it. I would like to see Wink as the defensive coordinator today with the Commanders. Just blitz the shit out of him. Exactly, Paul. That's how I feel. Like, we can talk shit to each other and joke about it. And, you know, I do it all the time. Harris is an Eagles fan and he's coming in here, you know, obviously cheering for the Eagles. And I'm like, I hate the Eagles. But at the end of the day, it's not that serious. It is a football game. There's more serious things going on. Get him. Oh my God. Intercept that. Intercept that. Oh, fuck. Taunting. Taunting. Throw the flag. He did it right in front of their faces. Throw the taunting flag. That was a hell of a tackle. Dude, I can't believe they didn't throw the flag for that. I also think that there is a chance that Gano might not be here this or next year in 2025. He's just been dealing with a lot of injuries lately and hasn't been as consistent as he was. He is getting older. I'm also down with getting a kicker at some point later. I would prefer if it was a Bills Eagles Super Bowl that the Bills shut out the Eagles. I don't need it to be that close. where they win by a field goal. I know it does feel weird rooting for the Commanders. I know, anyone but Philly. Anyone but Philly. I feel ya. I'm a Giants fan that lives in Philly. It's the liquor that makes going to Eagles games awful. I know. I will not go anywhere near the link unless I'm like surrounded by bodyguards, because I just don't trust that they wouldn't try and beat me up, which is absurd. But that's Philly fans for you. Yes, the only good thing about Philly is their cheesesteaks. I agree. I was thinking about this the other day, though, that if I never had to step foot in Pennsylvania again, would be thrilled. Don't ever have a good reason or excuse to go anywhere in Pennsylvania, especially Philly. The Eagles also made it to the Super Bowl with Miles Sanders. So just saying. The food is better at the link. I do feel like MetLife is behind in the food department. Have you guys been to Citi Field? Their food selection is amazing. And I know it's like a brand new stadium, so of course a lot of stuff about it is better, but I was really impressed with that place. It's awesome. I mean, I do think that anywhere is better than MetLife, but look at this all day. All day. Now would be a good time for an interception. Lattimore. Come on. Yes, I think that's fair, Paul. If it's Kansas City and Philly Super Bowl, why am I being punished? Agreed. What did we do to deserve this? Wait, that would be very... I mean, I'd rather this not be the case, but it would be interesting. If it's a Philly Bills Super Bowl and Philly wins, that will mean every NFC East team has beat the Bills in the Super Bowl. Could you imagine being the Bills? That's pretty awful if that's the case. He's home, Willie. He took the dog downstairs with him. Notice how it's quieter without her. I have not been to the Cowboys Stadium, but I have heard that it's also fantastic. Which, I mean, Jerry spent what, like $1 billion on it? It should be, but they also spent what, $1 billion on MetLife, and it's a piece of shit. So, you know, get Jalen, get him. Nice. Do not call DPI. Nice. Quit whining. Got her. Yes, MetLife sucks. They need a new stadium. Agreed. Oh, Yankee Stadium does have good food. I agree with that, Willie. I have not been to a lot of away stadiums. I've been to Wrigley for baseball, obviously. I have been to Gillette a couple times. I've been to the Pittsburgh Stadium. I don't remember what their food was like because I was there for a college football game. And I'm going to be back at Gillette this year. What the Pats did with Patriots Place is amazing. They did a really nice job. It's like MetLife though with the traffic, where getting out of Gillette, it's a 4-way, so 2-way this way, 2-way this way, highway, but they block off, I think, 2 of the lanes. It's a clusterfuck. So they really screw it up with the traffic, again, just like MetLife. But outside of that, I do like Foxborough. But I would like to get to AT&T because I heard that's amazing. I really want to go to the Atlanta Stadium, Mercedes-Benz. Or no, Mercedes-Benz is New Orleans, right? Dropped. Oh, come on. You're not going to throw the flag on 3rd and 13. Come on. Fuck AJ Brown. Eject him. I hate that bitch. He's so whiny. Where's Beth? Is she going to chime in to yell at me because I called AJ Brown a bitch? Do it again. Come on. God damn it. Anyway, so I haven't been to many. Which one should I go to? So I wanted to go to Green Bay this year for the draft, but it sounds like it's a disaster because you fly into Milwaukee, but you have to stay in Milwaukee because I guess there's no hotels around Lambeau. Like it's in the middle of nowhere. Which listen, MetLife is in the middle of nowhere as well, but at least you could stay at a hotel in New York City and take a 20-minute train or Uber there. Was that Jalen? Eject AJ Brown. Okay, if that was Hurts, that's part one of my parlays. Philly is a dump. I agree. Giants brought back the GM that chose not to keep Barkley, but yet to pay Daniel Jones $40 million per year. I said this earlier. I think that even if we had Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley, we maybe would have won 2 more games, and then we would be in a worse position there than we are in now, where we would probably have the 6th or 7th pick in the draft and would have no shot at getting a top 3 talent. So I don't think it would have made a difference. God damn it, Lattimore. Get your shit together. Lobel's best steaks at Yankee Stadium. He donates the meat for our fire department annual meeting. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm trying to think of what food I've had at Yankee Stadium. I never like sit and eat when I'm there. So I've been in Legends, which is great. And I've had the ice cream, which is also great. But I think that's it. But I do love me some steaks. So I'm going to try and get to some Yankee games this year. So hopefully I can enjoy that. I know the stadium food is wildly overpriced. Okay, so what's my parlay with a Hurts touchdown? Hurts, Devonta Smith, and Brian Robinson Jr. I hope they just stopped it. Love it. Also, can we talk about why they changed it from the tush push to the brotherly shove? I get it's the Philly is the brotherly love thing. It's so stupid. It sounds so stupid. Tush push also not great, but at least it rhymes. Link has Yingling, Tony Luke's, Chicky, and Pete's crab fries. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, the Rangers play the Bruins next Saturday. Oh, he'll be watching. I'll be in Alabama. Oh, I kind of like Fenway. I have been to Fenway a bunch, actually. Forgot about that. But the thing with Fenway is I always eat before I go there because there's so many restaurants nearby that are so much cheaper than eating there. I do like the Bleacher Bar. Giants Cowboys every year since he's a Cowboys fan. The Cowboys stadium does look really awesome. I feel like if you're forced to watch a Cowboys game, at least the stadium's cool. Yeah, Citi Field has great food. I agree. I did not know that the Bulldog is the USMC official mascot. Love that. AJ Brown drives a Honda Accord, cheapest player, but smart. That is smart. It's smarter than buying a Cybertruck, which is what some of these dumb NFL players did. I'm like, if I had an extra like $100,000 to spend on anything over my dead body, would I purchase a Cybertruck? Like, it wouldn't even be in my top 7,000 things that I could buy, which wouldn't even ever encounter my mind that would be a good idea to buy. So stupid. I don't like Ward or Sanders for a quarterback. I would rather trade away this year's and next year's first round picks for a solid vet quarterback at this point. I mean, I would rather just get Abdul Carter and get Dart or Milrow later, and then you get another quarterback in 2026. But I've heard that from a lot of fans that they would rather just go best player available and not get one of those quarterbacks. In my opinion, if we stay put at 3, I would never trade up for one of those two. I would stay put at 3, and if one of them are available, then I would draft them. But I would also still draft a quarterback next year. Like, I would never be like, oh, well, I drafted Ward or Sanders this year, so I can't draft a quarterback next year. No, dumbest thing I've ever heard. We have no depth at any position on this team, especially quarterback. So I would rather have depth at the quarterback position. Tommy DeVito is going to be gone next year, and they're not going to sign a vet to a 5-year deal. It's going to be a 1 or 2 year deal. Oh my God. The Commanders just fumbled again. Yes, Willie, I think there's a couple hotels close by to MetLife. Would rather be home watching NFL on. You have an 85-inch TV? I think mine is 65. 85 inches is wild. It must feel like a movie screen. I don't think the Giants are going to go anywhere near Sam Darnold, and I think Sam Darnold is not going to go anywhere near New York. I agree, David, that Jones and Barkley worked well together. I just think that even if they had Saquon on this team this year, Jones was a shell of himself, and I don't think that Barkley would have changed that because he had a better offensive line this year. He had Malik Neighbors. He also had good running backs. It's not like he had useless running backs. Like Singletary and Tyrone Tracy were both good. So plus he had Slayton, who's his old reliable. I just feel like having Saquon, I don't think it would have translated to the Giants winning more. I know a lot of fans are just like, well, they shouldn't have let him go because he could have went to Philly, but you can't think like that. He also could have not gone to Philly. He almost went to the Texans. So, God, they cannot let them score here. Ooh, rigatoni and homemade bread. Yum. Karen, do you live in Connecticut? Oh, I love a cheeseburger. I'm going to Mobile for the Senior Bowl. Oh, fuck off. Get him. Oh my God, I hate you. I hate you, Commanders. Pull it back. Pull it back. Better be on the Eagles. Make it a false start or something. Yes. 10-yard penalty. Good. On Dickerson. Nice. How about a sack fumble here? I know. Brotherly shove. It's so stupid. So stupid. I leave for Alabama on Tuesday. Yeah, you cannot turn the ball over that much. Awful. Agreed. Carter, Dex, Burns, and KT would be sick if we switched to a 4-3. Yes, quarterback in the second round. I'm on board with that 100%. And then you get, listen, regardless, they're getting Justin Fields. They're getting someone in free agency. I personally like Justin Fields, and I think Daboll's going to like Fields. But regardless, you get a vetting free agency. Maybe you sign him to a 2-year deal. And depending on how the first, 7 to 10 weeks of the season go, you either let him play, but either way, you let the rookie sit. Oh my God, you just missed another tackle on Jalen. Oh, Maron, this is ridiculous. I love Carter. I also think that them going after Carter, going best player available there, would be huge and would signal that Joe Shane is not going to try and overpay and do all sorts of stuff to get this team to win now. He's going best player available, building a roster and building depth. I think I've had the sausage sandwich at MetLife and it is pretty good. I don't really want Carr. I feel like there are better options out there. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my God. Come on. I think it was too late for him to do anything about that. I mean, I don't think he realized that he was already out of bounds. Jesus Christ. I would take Russ Wilson. I did hear that the Steelers started talking to him about potentially re-signing. So we'll see if he ends up becoming a free agent. But if he does, yes. I've watched Shedeur Sanders a lot. I still can't decide his ceiling in the NFL. Being Deion's kid inflates his value. 100% agree with you. I like Sanders. I like Ward too. I think they both will be good in the NFL. I think the two biggest things are they cannot start right away. They need time to develop and learn. And it's going to be all about the coach. And, you know, I don't know if Dable is really going to be able to help them or not. I have a little bit of faith in Dable. I don't have as much faith in Dable as a coach and a quarterback's coach, you know, as I did before this year. So I don't know. I know I hate the Eagles too. We cannot go into the season with a lousy quarterback. I agree. I just don't think it's worth trading up from 3 to 2 or 1 to get Sanders or Ward when they're going to get a free agent quarterback. And they can get either either Dart or Milrow or Will Howard or someone else later. Because look, they're not starting a rookie week 1. And if they do, then I'm really going to lose faith in them because this team has so many holes that I would never under any circumstances throw a rookie quarterback out there, especially if it's Dart or Milrow. Like, it's one thing if it's Sanders or Ward. I still don't like it, but I could understand it a little bit more than I could understand throwing, you know, a second or third round quarterback out there. But you know, they're probably not going to play until halfway through the season anyway. And, you know, if they're just okay, then you have an opportunity to get someone better next year. I have to be honest, I don't know anything about the Knicks. So I have no idea. But the Knicks haven't had 2 players in the All-Star game in 50 years, Brunson and Karl Towns. Does anyone else know? I don't know. Such a phenomenal coach. You got my man Gronk, you got Strahan down there. I'm really curious to see what happens with Kafka because he might, if he doesn't get that job, he's obviously not going anywhere. Well, I won one of my parlays, I think. Let's see. Maybe not. Maybe that was a separate parlay. Nope. AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, Saquon. I bet $3 and I won 30. Not bad. Wait, did I do AJ Brown on the other parlay? I don't think I did. Oops. Okay, my other parlay is Hurts, Smith, and Brian Robinson. God, I need the Commanders to come out swinging here in the second half. Yeah, the Commanders need to get focused. Do I really trust Joe Shane in free agency? Not really. I will say I think he did a good job last year with the offensive line. Not great, but good. It was the best that it's been in a long time. I will have restored faith in him if he does these three things in free agency. Brings in a veteran quarterback, brings in a veteran corner and a swing tackle or a guard. I would accept a veteran guard if they can't get a swing tackle in free agency. The concern that I have is if they don't get a swing tackle in free agency, then they're going to force the Izudu Neal swing tackle situation. And I think that's a disaster. So I don't know. Maybe they would go after a swing tackle in the draft if they get a guard in free agency, which I'd be okay with. I am not okay with them trying to force Izudu and Neal into that role because they are so clearly bad at it. Northern Pennsylvania, from an Italian family, we love to cook. I am the same way. I do not love to cook, but I am from an Italian family, and I have like certain things that I make and like to make. Whatever. Yeah, 26 quarterback. I agree. That's why I wouldn't trade up for Sanders or Ward, because you're going to have to give up future first rounders, and we need a quarterback in the first round next year, especially knowing that that draft pick is going to be better. Well, it wasn't just Dan Snyder. Keep this in mind. They have a new owner, new GM, head coach, coordinators, quarterback, offensive line coach. Like, they did it right. They really did it right. Like, if you're going to get rid of people, you got to get rid of everyone. So, oh, it is true. The first time in 50 years, Knicks have had 2 all-star starters. Wow, that's interesting. I know. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything to prove that Mara is even close to Snyder in regards to harassment and things. Final score prediction for this game was Eagles win 41-29. I hope you're wrong. Other game is Chiefs win 35-31. I hope you're wrong on both of those things. I just don't want to suffer through both of them. They can develop a good quarterback, but Eli Manning was the first overall pick, so obviously had a lot of talent from that perspective. And he came into a really good coaching staff. So, does anyone think we have a really good coaching staff? I don't know. Maybe some people do. I don't, but the game is not great. The Commanders have 2 turnovers and the Eagles lead 27-12 with 39 seconds left before the half. Willie, I don't think I'm going to make buffalo wings today. Lifelong Alabama and Giants fan. Is it bad that I root for the Eagles just for our players? I get why you root for the Eagles. I don't like it, though. But I mean, I think it's kind of fair, I guess. Yeah, Smith is going to be a free agent, but I think he's going to be the top free agent in the offensive line class, and I don't know how much money he's going to get. So if the Giants can afford him, you got to do it. It would be interesting if the Giants got Zeitler back. I agree. Now that it's a whole new regime, would he want to come back? Maybe. I don't know. Free agency is going to be very interesting. That's for sure. Go get the first. All right. Get up. Get up. Oh, they have no timeouts left. Yes, Paul, there are too many refs that kiss Pat's ass. I agree. Oh, shit. What just happened? Oh, yeah, that's a flag. I'm not sure why you got to Yeah, Jalen Carter, you bitch. Oh, yeah. And he got him right in the fucking face mask, too. Let's go, baby. You got to score here. Come on, Washington. We believe in you. 1st and 5, 20 seconds left. The Giants quarterback's coach right now is Shea Tierney. I don't think they're going to make any other changes to the staff unless Kafka gets a new head coaching job or gets a head coaching job, the one with the Saints. Then we will be looking for a new offensive coordinator. Who they will bring in, I do not know. So Tommy Cutlitz is going to be an unrestricted free agent this offseason. So it'll be like a practice squad guy, I think. Come on, Jalen. Go, baby. Go. Go out of bounds. Go out of bounds. Look at this. I love him. Yes. 13 seconds left. Wow. He just ran like 20 yards. He's so good. God, I love Jaden Daniels. Look at this. Wide open space to run for days. Nice block. Cover DeVito and Broccoli Rob. I don't really love Broccoli Rob. Like one of my family's favorite pasta dishes to order if we're catering something is orecchietti with sausage and broccoli rabe. And I just don't love broccoli rabe. I have such a sweet tooth, so bitter things are like not my fave. Unless it's an Aperol Spritz, but that's it. Commanders, Jay, all the way.
But I'm sure that Washington will have 2 more yards here to make this a more gettable drive. Yeah, I'm sure Washington is going to defend the sideline here. There's a sideline coverage. This situation.
All right, there's 13 seconds left. Eagles still have one more timeout. Come on, guys. So Giants division is Eagles, Cowboys, Commanders, Giants. Got the first. Love it. So yeah, so 2 out of the 4 NFC East teams are in the AFC Championship or NFC, excuse me.
Much easier to kick there for Gonzalez. With only 39 seconds left in the half to drive down and do that. 33 seconds.
Yes, very impressive. 33 seconds. Come on, you got this. Well, they're both the enemy. So obviously I want the Commanders to win because I hate the Eagles with every bone in my body. So I have to pick one team to win. It has to be the Commanders. Halftime cannolis. Love it. Yeah, what am I going to have at halftime? Maybe I'm going to have one of those sweet potatoes. What is it? Is everyone else having cannolis? I don't have any cannolis. Jay, who's your team and what would you do if 2 division rivals of yours, one you hated and one you were indifferent to, were playing each other? Nice. Field goal is good. All right, 27-15 going into the half. Cannot turn the ball over in the second half. Cannot. Ooh, I have chips and guac. Maybe that's what I'm going to have. Or I have salsa. Maybe I'll have a little bit of both. Not if they lose the Super Bowl. Commanders. And they'll probably brag a little bit. But the thing is, I would rather deal with Commanders fans bragging than Eagles fans bragging, because Commanders fans haven't had an opportunity to brag for like 30 years. So I could handle them bragging for a little bit. I cannot handle the Eagles bragging again after just being in the Super Bowl a few years ago. Can't. You're a Vikings fan, so you were happy the Lions lost. Fair. I was really rooting for the Lions, man. I mean, I would have loved to not see the Eagles anywhere close to this. Yeah, the turnovers, damn. Wow, the Commanders are 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions. It's impressive. Yeah, Eagles fans are trash. We agree on that. Except for Harris. If Harris is still here, he's the exception, but everyone else sucks. Ooh, Italian Hero sandwich. Great choice. Cheese dip with Pringles. Interesting. I didn't know Pringles made cheese chips. 50-yard line club at MetLife has cannoli and chocolate covered cannolis. Wait, I didn't know that. Did I see them there when I was... Is that section, is that the coaches club? Let's see if the X Games are still on. Has anyone been watching the X Games? Because they've been amazing. Oh, no, the Australian Open is on now. Sorry, I don't really watch tennis much. What else we got here? Figure skating. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, I love the Jersey Shore, but if I had to deal with the Eagles fans all year round, I would want to shoot myself. Oh, Pringles made cheese potato chips. Wow, I did not know that. It was a commercial, Willie. I'm not sure. Received your Giants season ticket invoice. Are you going to renew? I mean, I feel like I probably would renew if I were you. Like if it was me, I would renew them. Would I love it? No, but I figure I'd probably sell the Chiefs tickets, make a lot of money, and hope that they get it together and go to a few games this year and win. Yes, I want the Bills to win too. Yes. Okay, Jay, that's what I saw something about the refs, that they have different refs than, I guess, than usual. Just thank God.
When I spoke to my dermatologist, he immediately pointed me in the direction of your
Oh, 50-yard line on the visitor side. Oh, got it. Okay. Because I was like, I've been in the coaches club before and I don't remember seeing the cannolis, but maybe I just missed them. Oh, Karen, making bread is amazing. What kind of bread is it? I always see these people making sourdough and I'm like, I'm going to make sourdough someday. And I'm like, who am I kidding? I'm not going to make sourdough. There is a Lifetime movie that's on right now called Deadly Dilf. I swear to God. A drunken escapade leads to a one-night stand between college track star Elysium and her married neighbor Rio. When Rio tries to end their relationship, Elysium's obsession with him becomes increasingly dangerous. Yo, Lifetime is wild, man. No, My Cousin Vinny today. Sad. I love that movie. Oh, yeah. You have no choice to renew Giants or you'd lose PSL. Oh, yeah, that's fair. But the PSL, didn't you already pay it, Flip? So you shouldn't have to pay that, right? I love My Cousin Vinny. It's sadly not on today. Okay, realistically, who would I go after in free agency? So for quarterback, I would go after Russ Wilson, Justin Fields, or Jameis Winston. For the cornerback, I really want DJ Reed from the Jets. He's going to be a free agent. And the Giants just hired the Jets passing game coordinator who worked with DJ Reed and the other cornerbacks, Sauce and all of them. So I really like him. Byron Murphy is also a name to watch, who's that corner that's coming out from the Vikings. So I think he was on the cards first, but those are some names for cornerback. Swing tackle, I like the idea of re-signing Tyree Phillips. He needs, I think, some more reps and stuff like that, but I like a swing tackle option. Also, Trey Smith is going to be the number one guard coming out. He's probably going to be the most expensive, though, so I don't know if the Giants are going to be able to go after him, but he's on the Chiefs, so scope him out tonight, and let's see how he does. PSL. Wait, your PSL is $10,000 in section 344? That's a scam. That is literally a scam. 2 Utes. Section 135 PSL was 10K per seat. Jesus. And you have 4, but you paid them all already, right? Oh my God, there's 300 people in here. Hello, everyone. So my husband is a Pats fan. He's downstairs with the dog because she was driving me nuts before. But I have a friend who is a big Bills fan, but she was like, I was so stressed last week. So I think she's probably watching the game at home alone and I do not want to bother her. But my other local girlfriends do not give a shit about sports. So I don't even think they're watching the games today outside of Kate, who's watching the Bills game. So that's why. Lifetime, my wife's favorite channel. Oh, what is this? Raid? What is this? What does this even mean? Oh my God. What is a raid? Go Pack? Okay. Well, the Packers are out, so go Bills and go Commanders. We're rooting for the Commanders. It's a good thing? Okay, Jennifer, I'll take your word for it. I've never seen anything like this before. You come in peace. Okay, thank you. It's called a room raid where they select someone live streaming. Oh, that is so cool. I was like, why did there all of a sudden, it says there's 300 people in here. I don't know where they came from. But Christopher says they come in peace. So thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Keep grinding. I will, Danny. Sending you love from Grossy Land. Okay. Hello. Thank you guys all for joining. Welcome. Oh, Tom Grossi is another YouTube. Thank you, Tom Grossi. Appreciate the support. I don't know who you are, but thank you. Send the likes and positivity. Hello. Hello to you all. Welcome. The dog is downstairs with my husband. She was barking too much. Thank you, Karina. I will. Go Bills. Yes, we're all on the Bills tonight. Bills Commanders. Let's go. Oh my God, this is so cool. I have never heard of this before. Yes, my husband is a Pats fan. We're going to go to Giants Pats in Gillette this year, whenever the schedule comes out. Thank you, Samantha. Yes, please subscribe, guys. I'm almost to 4,000 subscribers. I'm this close. Please help. I know, TJ. I'm like, what? Tom Grossi, NFL Fan of the Year. Would love that. As a peace offering from an Eagles fan for giving us Saquon of my subscription. I don't know Tom Grossi. I've never heard of this before. Oh, pronounced Grossi. Okay. What is he? Is he a football thing? Thank you, Darren. A European friend. I love it. I love Europe. I'm going back. I'm going to Greece this year. Can't wait. Spreading chaotic good. I love this. It's so cool. Thank you, guys. I'm part of Bill's Mafia. I come in peace. Rooting for you guys. Oh, Tom was NFL Fan of the Year last year. Grossi Posse. Okay. Wait, this is awesome. Have a great night. Love it. From a Miami fan. Cool. From a Rams fan in LA, Bills Mafia. We are all with you, Bills Mafia. Wait, this is so cool. Thank you guys. Yes, Karina, a lot of female friends that don't watch football. I'm trying to get them involved. I need the Giants to be good, and maybe they would want to come to games with me and stuff. Then they'd be excited. He is happy that Vrabel is back. He feels like they're going to be in good hands with Vrabel, and he likes Drake May, but I think he still feels like he needs to see how the offseason goes. And then he'll be excited about it. Oh, he's all about football and the Packers. Okay, I'm going to scope him out when I'm done here. Okay, he's a football streamer. Wait, I need to get him on the pod. Do the Giants play the Packers next year? I think they do. Part-time comedian. Love it. All right, cool. Packers fans screaming, go Bills. Granny D, I'm a Giants fan, also screaming, go Bills. Joe, go Bills from Connecticut, everywhere. Maybe I can get him on the pod. Packer content creator. Okay, the enemy to the Vikings. Okay, so that's why you were. Yes, let's go Washington. We don't want to see Philly in the Super Bowl. So true. Tom's If the NFL was Scripted series. Wait, I need to go to his YouTube because I wonder if like if I saw his face, then I would recognize him. Okay, I just subscribed. Oh, I have seen this guy before. Okay, I'm going to watch his If the NFL was Scripted after this. This is mulled wine. It's sadly not warm anymore. I have faith in the Bills. They're 0-3 against the Chiefs in the championship, but I do think that now is the time that they're going to get it together. They got rid of Diggs. They figured it out. I think today's the day they're going to do it. The motto for YouTubers should be, you never know who is watching. It's so true. Thank you, Paul. That's very nice. My oldest brother was a Giants fan, so I'm taking up his legacy. Karen, that is what I love to hear. We rated a Philly YouTuber and a Washington YouTuber. This is so cool. I have never heard of this until today. No pumpkin beer today. No. Oh, I forgot. I have some in the garage.
The NFL is sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. And with TurboTax, now taxes is getting matched with an expert as soon as today. Now this is taxes.
NFC Championship underway.
I try so hard to get my girlfriends into football, and they just don't care. I don't know why. It kills me. I'm like, guys, we could have so much fun tailgating and going to games together, and they're not really into it. I think if the Giants were better, they would be more excited to go to games and care. My cousin, who is a diehard Giants fan, lives in South Carolina. And because of the breeze flights from Charleston to Connecticut or to Westchester, she comes up a couple times a year and we go to games together. I took my neighbor to a game last year. So they're like they'll come to games and stuff, but I don't think they're invested enough to watch as often as I do. The Bills are out for blood. Yes, they have the tenacity to not lose again. Secretly, I want to see a 3-peat, but would love to see the Bills beat them too. I really want the Bills to win. I just feel like they've really been through it over the last couple of years, and they've come so close, and they just haven't been able to pull it off. And I think today could be on. Today could be it. The weather's good here. It's actually, it's 41, so it's warmer than it has been in like 2 weeks here, which is nice. Even though the Vikes aren't in this round. Skull. Thank you, Karina. I'll be back on streams, so thanks for joining. I hate the Eagles and the Commanders. Fair. Because Swifties bring viewers and the game we love seems rigged. Ugh. I know. I just feel like, I think because they changed up the refs this year, it's going to be different. I hope. Come on, fumble. Nice. That was a good hit. The Giants are probably going to get Shador in the draft, so hopefully they can start winning games. I think even if they get Shador, though, they're not going to start him week 1 because this team has so many holes that I think it would be a huge disadvantage to him to start him week 1. So I really hope that they don't do it just yet. He's got to develop a little bit, learn the offense and stuff like that. But I'm like, it is what it is. I'm in Fairfield County. My closest friends offline all hate sports. Yeah, it's just my husband is like a diehard hockey fan. He'll watch football, but he doesn't care about it all that much. And it was funny. We went out to dinner on Friday and I was like, yeah, I'm getting people to ask me if I should cover hockey, Rangers and Islanders. But then I'm like, if I cover the Rangers and Islanders, then I also have to do the Devils, and the hockey season is so long and I don't know enough about hockey. And he's like, all right, well, ask me what you want to ask me about hockey, because he still plays. So whatever, he knows a lot about it. So I'm like, okay, explain roughing to me. And he just burst out laughing and he's like, yeah, I don't really know how to explain it because every ref calls it different. I'm like, that's not helpful. This is what I mean. If my Eagles don't win the Super Bowl, I'm praying for the Bills. New York got to stand united. 100% we will. Danny DeVito. Yes, maybe they would like Hard Knocks. I know, I'm a little afraid of Dion. Oh, good. Hi, Mars. What you doing, my girl? Hi, you ready to come back, my mama? Hi. I think the Bills winning it would be good for everyone. Hi, Mama. Welcome to me. Hi. Hi. Oh, go ahead. Come on. You ready for a nap? Oh, good girl. It's cold out there. You want to say hi? This is my girl, Marcy. I think sports should be fun. Frankie and Pepe's is very good. We went to Colony on Friday, or last night, actually. Colony is also like a local Connecticut hotspot. Yes. Was that my guy? Armstrong, yes, with the sack. Wait, the odds on that were like almost plus 1,000, I think. But I probably bet like $2 on it. Hi, Mars. Hi, Chunkies. Okay. Oh, never mind. The odds, it was only plus 142. Okay, yes, we need Washington to step up. Yes, kind of like Mac Jones. Just let him teach you about hockey. Here's the thing. This is what I said about hockey. I was like, I've watched a bunch of hockey games with him, and I'm like, imagine being a first-time hockey watcher, and all of a sudden, someone hits the puck and someone grabs it with their glove and then puts it on the ground. You'd be like, what the fuck was that? And then 3 minutes later, they all drop their gloves and start punching each other in the face. You'd be like, what the fuck is happening? This is what happens to me when I watch hockey. I'm like, what? What do you mean this is part of the rules? Very confusing. Oh, wait, so Omnipotent, do you like Cam Ward if you're a Miami guy? Because I feel like most people who watched a lot of Cam Ward, for the most part, like him. So I personally prefer Ward because I just feel like he's a little more of that like calm, cool, collected, and like laid back, chill type of personality, where I'm worried about Shador and his like dramatics, you know? I was worried about that with Neighbors also, to be fair. So I still think he's a good football player, but Your wife goes to every Giants game with me. The first 20 years, at least once a game, she asked why the team wasn't punting up their down. Now it's just ear noise. I love it. But she's got to be a pro at this point if she's been going with you for 20 years. I feel if Philly wins with Saquon today, our luck that they will win it all. Saquon will not lose this year. Yeah, I agree with you. Hello, Barry. Welcome. If I had to choose between all the quarterbacks in this year's draft, you would take Ward. Okay, fair. I know hockey is so confusing. That's what I'm saying. Like roughing, slashing, just punching each other until the ref decides to blow the whistle. I'm like, how does this make any sense? Yes, Shador does have experience behind a bad O-line, but Shador also threw his O-line under the bus one week saying that that's the reason they lost the game. So I don't know if I love that, you know? Oh, my girl. I do think the Commanders can come back. It's a new half. Their defense already started out strong, so we need their offense to do the same. Shador takes 20-yard sacks way too often. That's not great. Did everyone already have their halftime snacks? I thought I would be more hungry at this point, but I'm not. So I may just wait a little bit. Oh, this is so cute. Hockey games, players get penalized. Yes, for roughing, holding, slashing, boarding. There's like all sorts of stuff. The Devil Dog is a Giants fan. She's my girl. So she's rooting for the Commanders too. Wait, was there really something that came out about Dan Schneider saying that he hates how good the Commanders are? I thought when people were saying that earlier, they were just like, oh, it must suck to be Dan Schneider. Oh my God, Jaden. I thought it was just like, expected, just like John Mara saying like, oh, I'm not going to sleep if Saquon goes to Philly, but yeah. Ooh, Cheetos. I haven't had Cheetos in a long time. It's such a good snack. Want that tight end Delp in later rounds. I like this kid a lot. We need a rock star tight end to pair with Neighbors Slayton. Don't forget about Theo Johnson, though. But we do need a third tight end. Between Theo, Belly, I would like one more. All right, 3rd and 20. Come on. Oh, my God, Eckler. Jeez. They can't do anything in the run game today, the Commanders. Jaden is the only one who can run the ball. Yes, Dan was a horrible owner. I agree. It is pretty crazy, though, that it took so long for him to get pushed out with all. I feel like there were stories that kind of came out for a while. Yeah, that sack, a 12-yard sack. Brutal, especially because he's usually fast enough that he's been able to outrun guys like that. That was not a good one. Hi, Mossy. Hi, Moss. Did you have fun with Dad? I know the Commanders need to get it together. They really do. Yeah, bad series. Agreed. Like Johnson and Bellinger, but Johnson drops a lot of the balls and Bellinger has been hurt. I agree. I think that Johnson will be better this year. I think part of it was just rookie, first year in the league type of stuff. But I have high hopes for Theo. 100% Daniels is pushing the team in the right direction. No question. He's very, very good football player. I love Abdul Carter. If both quarterbacks are gone, I want him over Travis Hunter at 3. I know Mara does play nice. I do think that other owners like Mara, and he doesn't really get in trouble. He gets in trouble with the fans, but he doesn't get in trouble like with other owners. So I don't think anyone would really force him out. And he's never going to give it up. So this new kid Delp is going to ball out wherever he ends up. What team was he on? I wonder if he's going to be at the Senior Bowl. Keep an eye out for him. I can look at the Senior Bowl website right now, see if he's on the roster. Okay, let's go by name. I don't see him on here. I wonder if he was at the Shrine Bowl. Most people are saying Pats are taking Abdul Carter. Well, the Pats are behind us, so unless they trade up to get him. Oh, Georgia, of course. My draft philosophy is usually like, I'll take anyone if they went to UGA, because whatever they're doing down there is next level and they're so good. Yeah, I like Abdul Carter. Wouldn't mind taking him round 1. Mara's like the old grandpa who gives out butterscotch candy. Yes, he's liked by the people in the industry. He's a day 3 pick. Okay. I wonder if he'll end up being at the Senior Bowl. I didn't see him on the list, but doesn't mean he won't end up being that. Jeez. If Mara sold the Giants, 3/4 of his family would be unemployed. Yes, probably. And he's just like, it's a family business for him. Like his dad, you know, he would never give it up. Hi, Mars. How you doing, my girl? I am loving the Cowboys' downfall. I said earlier, I like almost feel bad a little bit for Cowboys fans, but then I'm like, get them. Come on. Yes. Because like they just paid Dak. They just paid 3 players a shitload of money. And now they had an opportunity at so many better coordinators to be their new head coach. And instead they just promoted from within because that's what Jerry wants. I'm just like, dude, brutal. Oh my God. Got her wide open. Jesus. First and goal. My God. It's crazy when you look at the Commanders defense versus the Lions defense, because I know the Lions were missing some key players on defense, but then they also got a couple guys back, and I'm just like, oh my God. The Commanders are just letting them run down the field every single time. It's like what the Lions did, what the Commanders offense did to the Lions defense. Get him! Oh my God, you're not going to let fucking Jalen Hurts score again. Jesus Christ. I hate them so much. Yes, Lions coaching staff is elite. I agree. Yeah, Jerry's like John Mara, where he's like, over my dead body, will I ever sell the team? Which I don't blame either of them. If I were them, I wouldn't either. But I would hire someone, like if I didn't know how to get the team to win, I would hire people who do, like a consultant or something. If we do draft Ward, two other picks from Miami are tight end Arroyo and wide receiver Restrepo, both of whom I would not mind. Okay, if we drafted with or without Ward. Okay, good to know, because we are going to need probably both of those positions, and I do think they'd be more likely to go after them in the draft than free agency. I love Hunter a lot, but I'm the only fan that wonders about his two-way mileage. People think I'm nuts, but I embrace being nuts as an honor. Paul, I'm worried that our coaching staff would kind of just like not take advantage of the fact that the reason why he's so good is because he plays 2 positions. Like, I kind of think they would just force him into one way or the other. And I don't know. I just don't trust the Giants coaching staff enough to do something good with him. They can't. It's amazing that the Commanders are having no success running the ball. What's his name is the only one, Jaden. At the end of the season press conference, Mara said, if I felt that we were tanking in either one of those games, I would have fired everybody. Ironically, that's what most Giants. I know. And the fact that he said that too, I thought that was funny as well. If Jerry dumps Jimmy because he wanted all the credit, he deserves failure. I agree. I know. This is not looking good for the Commanders. I know. I hate them too. It's so depressing. It really is. I know. I want to see the Giants get better and play meaningful football into November. I mean, the fact that their season is done by Halloween every year is so depressing. It's crazy. All right, I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go grab a cough drop. My throat's feeling a little scratchy.
People customize and save Liberty Mutual. Well, they only pay for what you need. It's truly a war. This is the premiere February 9th at the Super Box. Today's Game Unboxed is sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Now, this is Texas. If you want to be a champion, you got to make championship type plays. What's Saquon Barkley? He leads the way for Hurts. Lead blocks on Lugu. This guy's averaging 9.5 a carry, Barkley. But you know what? He doesn't care about blocking. Coach, call play right to go show Jalen Hurts that I'm going to block for him. So they call it. He gets down there, does the dirty work, and a walk-in touchdown. What a stud. That's pretty good. And so is the Eagles' offense right now. They are rolling. They scored touchdowns at 5 of their 7 drives against Washington, D. to go up 34-15. Well, it's going down live at the Big East as the NFL on Fox team hosts America's Super Bowl party. Performances by John Baptiste and the To-Be Red Carpet with Olivia Kelto. The Super Bowl 59 pregame show live at 1 Eastern on Fox and streaming on Tubi. Davidson throw. Davidson throws on a long good throw by a catch to ground. He's got a first down. It's just so calm out there. Gabe Daniel standing in the pocket, buying time, working away from Jordan Davis. And that frees up Brown in the center.
All right, what did I miss? Halloween is now Columbus Day, end of season in Giants land. It's so depressing. It'd be funny if your dog took over. Could you imagine she just like put her paws up here and was sticking her face around? That'd be funny. Do you want to say hi? What's your take on trading back? I know that's why I wanted the first pick so badly too. If both quarterbacks are gone, I'm not opposed to it. I just feel like if you can get Abdul Carter there, who's the best player available, you have to. It depends if they get like a crazy offer for some 2026 draft picks, which they also need to get a quarterback and some other stuff next year. I would consider it. I think they're going to consider everything. I agree. The schedule is pretty brutal next year. Not looking great. Oh, my feet is like 2 plays ahead. I'm watching on cable too. Wait. Yeah, Channel 5. So weird. Oh, watch out, Mars. The fact that the Cowboys hired Brian Schottenheimer as head coach shows that Jerry fluid his latest puppy. I know. We do, as Giants fans, we do want Jerry Jones to live forever because he obviously has no idea what he's doing. I wonder if he's pretty old. I wonder if he's like a little senile a little bit. And that's why his decision making has been so bad as of late. I think the Jets made a good move hiring Aaron Glenn. I am dying to know what they're going to do with Aaron Rodgers because I get the vibe that Aaron Glenn is a no-nonsense type of person, and I feel like him and Aaron Rodgers would not get along. So I'm dying to know what's going to happen over there. It's going to be interesting. A lot of the Cowboys fans are pissed. I know. It's so funny. I've been seeing it all over social media. Cowboys fans just dying. I'm like, you guys have fun. I know. I feel like I wouldn't be able to pass up Carter if both quarterbacks were gone. I mean, unless they just got a ton of picks from someone. But I don't know if people are going to offer that this year. I don't know. Everyone likes to do mock drafts, so I did a mock. Oh, you can do a mock schedule? I didn't know that. Very interesting. They're going to make the Chiefs our home opener in week 2. I feel like it's going to be a night game, like a Sunday night, Monday night, maybe towards like the middle of the season. If it's a home opener, that would suck. Come on, Jaden. Go, baby. Oh, Oscar Delp was Brock Bowers' teammate. Interesting. I didn't know that. Brock Bowers is such a beast. I really liked him last year. I wouldn't have picked him over Neighbors, but I did like him. Keep the Crypt Keeper in Dallas. Agreed. Glenn supposedly wants Rodgers back. All right. Interesting. I feel like the game against the Chiefs will either be, yes, prime time or late game at 4:25. I feel like they'll make it a primetime game. I feel like the Chiefs will have a ton of primetime games. It's a good girl, my chunky chunks. All right, 2nd and 6. Come on, Commanders. All right, Psycho Dog. Be careful. If home 1, if away 4. I would prefer a 1 o'clock game if it's at home instead of a night game. Jerry Jones is worse than John Mara. Totally agree with you. Mara never fired a head coach right after a Super Bowl like Jerry Jones. Yeah, Jerry Jones is just on a power trip. I think John Mara wants to win. He just doesn't know how. I think Jerry Jones says he wants to win, but he wants to run the show more than he wants to win. And it needs to be his decisions over anyone else's. Yes. I know. This is why I sent you to Dad. Because you make so much noise. Next season, NFC East plays all AFC West and all NFC North. Yes. Their schedule is not great. Shh. Mars Day. You make less noise. All right, I need a Brian Robinson touchdown here. Oh, girl, you got stinky farts. I agree. I don't want the Giants in any primetime games, but I feel like if they make any game a primetime game, it would be the Chiefs game. Or maybe the Lions. Go, Jaden. Go, baby. Come on, go. Jaden Daniels touchdown. I mean, I would have preferred a Brian Johnson. I would have hit my other parlay, but what are you going to do? Let's see. Let's check in. Did anyone else do any parlays? Let's check in and see how we're doing over here. Marcy for the new face as the Marine Corps Bulldog. She makes a lot of noise. So. Oh, wait. I need a Devonta and a Brian Robinson for that parlay. Yes, Marcy. Come on. Yes. All right. 34-23. Let's go, baby. Down by 11. They can do it. Need McLaurin for 7 more yards. Oh, damn. You're almost there. He'll get it, I think. I also hate the primetime. I hate the home primetime games because I'm always like, I don't want to go to a primetime game at home because then I get home at 1:30 in the morning and it sucks. And they usually lose. I like how Mara finally grew a bit of a backbone and decided to keep Shane. I'm glad that if that was his decision, he stuck to his guns and he said in his press conference, like, this is the reason why I'm keeping them. What I don't like is that I don't think he's entirely confident in them, which I think is fair. How could you be confident in them after what you've seen the last 3 years? But I'm also like, then why did you keep them? Because you just didn't want to fire anyone? Okay, you should have just said that, instead of being like, well, I think they're going to win us games. Like, are you? What? Did Dad give you a busy bone? Let's see. I won't give you 2 in one day, but if he didn't give you one, I'll give you one. I think Mara, you just had a lot of conversations with Steve Tisch. I don't know if they had anyone else involved. It would be interesting. Last mention of the tight end Delp. The reason why I like him is he reminds me, of Jeremy Shockey. You'll see it in his highlight reels. Okay, I'm excited to watch his highlight reels. I agree we do need a rock star tight end. We need the tight end to really be involved in the game and be another target. 6'5", 230. I like a tall tight end. That's the one thing that I really liked about Waller is that he should have been a really big and good target for all our quarterbacks. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But I also think Johnson is like 6'4", 6'5" too, which is great. I think Bellinger is 6'2". She's not sick anymore. She's just a puppy and she just likes to play. She just has a lot of energy. Oh, you think Giants Broncos opener? That'll be the opener? That would be interesting. If I would just like it to not be against the NFC East because I don't have any faith that we can beat any of these teams now, especially week 1. So 49ers, Chiefs, Chargers, Green Bay, Vikes, Eagles, Washington, Dallas at home. That is not a good schedule. Chargers, Green Bay, Vikings. I will die if Daniel Jones is the starter when the Giants play the Vikings next year. Would be hilarious. I know, and I think that's how John Mara felt, that he was sick of, every 2 years changing head coaches and stuff, which I don't blame him. I just kind of hoping he was going to lie to us a little bit. Or just be a little bit more confident in his reasons for keeping them. And I feel like he just kept them because he didn't want to fire anyone instead of being like, he said he trusts their plan, but then he was like, well, the roster is not really better than it was 3 years ago. And I'm like, then why do you trust their plan? Thank you. Cackle Barkley, please. Hi, Marcy. I don't love Sanders, but I do think that he is probably the most talented quarterback coming out. That's not for Marcy. It's a cough drop, Marcy. You don't want that. Get Hurts. Get him. Get him. Oh my God, I hate you. How did you miss that? Oh, Denver usually plays the NFC early. Interesting. I don't really know who I want us to play because our schedule sucks. Maybe the Niners, although McCaffrey will be ready, but I just feel like the Niners aren't the same, that maybe they would have a chance of that. Yes, the teams are going to be less patient sitting rookies, but I think this Giants team will definitely not start any of them week 1. They're going to start the veteran. Come on, guys, get him. Oh my God, Devonta Smith like down wide open. You suck. Does that count? Was that a fumble? He was down, right? I think he was down. Yes, they have to spread out the NFC East games. Playing the Eagles so close back to back is the most annoying thing. Spread it out a little bit. Yeah, Jalen does hold on to the ball a bit long. That's why I'm like, why don't you guys have more sacks? But he's holding on to the ball. And it takes forever to get rid of it because he's got all day back there. Okay, Mars. Aren't you ready for a nap? Again, oh my God, get him! The Giants need to do something about the injuries because the fact that they have so many so consistently is a problem. Hi, Mars. Now would be a great time for a Lattimore interception. What do we think? Got him. Sanders lacks elite skills. I think he's the best out of all the quarterbacks, but I do think, I mean, he's not Jaden Daniels or Drake May or Caleb Williams. He's no girl. Right? I'm with you. Where was this Washington team that dominated the Lions? I know. I really don't know. It's crazy. Can you sit? Yes. 3rd and 5. Stop. Oh, you almost had the ball from Saquon. Hello, Shaya. Welcome. The Giants have to do something about the medical staff because it's so absurd. That they are in the top 5 every year for a decade of injuries. It's just something is not normal. And the turf is one thing, but the Jets don't lead the NFL in injuries every year. So it's not just the turf. Go in, go in. Yes. Good girl. You good girl, sit. According to NFL Rookie Watch, there are rumors circling around scouting circles that the New York Giants love Dart as a prospect. Dart is reportedly rapidly rising. See, this is what happens every year with these quarterbacks. Come out of nowhere on the draft boards before he's performed at the Senior Bowl. Some NFL scouts reportedly believe Dart is a better prospect than JJ McCarthy. This time of year is unhinged. Always. Oh, you're a Colorado fan who knows people close to the program. So that's why you think that it's going to be Denver week 1? Wait, we play Denver at home? No, away, we said, right? Come on, Commanders. Let's go, baby. Yes, got it, Ertz. Okay, hold on. Oh no. Tipped. Oh my God. Here's a video from a month ago, so you get an idea of Delp. Search this YouTube title. Oscar Delp shares a great story about Gunnar Stockton. Marcy. Oh, I can't copy and paste this. Okay, Gunnar Stockton and his love of cows. Interesting. Marcy, give me the hey, give me it. Come on. Give me the toy. Where's your rope? Good girl. Oh, words. I agree. I think they are keeping Ronnie Barnes. My thing is, like, Ronnie Barnes is over 70 years old. Like, don't you want to retire and go live your life? Don't you want to ride into the sunset and go travel and do things that you couldn't do because you've had to work 9 months out of the year every year for 50 years, 60 years? Like, why don't you want to retire? You're over I'm pretty sure he's like 73 or 75 years old. I know, Shea, I'm with you. It's got to be Bills Washington and the Bills win. That would be ideal. Oh, he's 245. Okay. He's a big dude. Yes, Ertz. There we go. So Ronnie Barnes really is the head of the Giants medical staff. Yes. So apparently they got, in the last 2 years, the Giants have retired or new people have taken over at 2 positions on the medical staff, but it's not, Ronnie Barnes is still the top of the medical staff. So these are just other people who've been in different positions. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Commanders just fumbled again. Don't they know you can't win football games like this? Do a replay. Let him be down already. It's too gingery. Ugh. My chunky say. Damn. Ugh. This is so awful. The Commanders, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Killing me. This was the interview where I was sold on him because his highlight reel is solid, but I like to hear them speak. I agree. And that's why I'm excited to go to the Senior Bowl so I can get like a closer look at these guys and see how they interact with each other, see how they interact with the coaches, how they speak to the media, things like that. Ertz in his late career is still better than any of our tight ends. He is certainly more reliable. That's for sure. Yeah, Pete Carroll, 74. I know. I'm just like, don't you guys want to retire and go live your life? Bill Belichick, 74. Like, I don't understand. You wouldn't catch me dead in my 70s still working. Absolutely fucking not. Will I still be working in my 70s? Hell no. I'm going to be on a different plane every week, seeing new places. I know. I wish it was Detroit too. Ugh. The fact that they have fumbled 3 times today is brutal. Yes, Mossy. They have to hold him to 3 and out here. It's the only way for them to stay in this game now that it's the 4th quarter. Right, Mars? What's your number? Daniel Jones was the MVP of the Senior Bowl. Wait, was he really? That's wild, because wasn't like Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen there? Yes, Willie, I hope you retire before 70, but 70 should be the latest. You know, we all want to be well retired before then. I know. I was rooting. How do you not root for the Lions? Like, they're just such a lovable team. I really wanted them to win. I know. Commanders are doing everything wrong, literally. No run game. Turn the ball over 100 times. It's brutal. No, I'm not going to the combine, just the Senior Bowl. Who's that, Mars? Go get him. Go get him. She's so cute. Like when she hears my husband come up or she knows I'm coming into the house, her butt starts wiggling. So cute. I've said all season and now penalties. Yes, penalties and turnovers are killers. They're the hardest thing to come back from. Davis Webb was also the MVP of the Super Bowl. Wow. What's up? What you been doing down there? Yeah.
Watching the game on my phone.
Did she get you in your face?
Me?
Yeah, it looks like you have a little bruise on the other side.
I was just.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks a little red. Oh, okay. You see what I mean? Immediately, Delp speaks like Eli, but plays like Shockey. I'm excited to watch him now. When this game is over, I'm gonna get off here and do some research. Hello, Jordan. Welcome. Oh, you get full. Wow, you have to wait until 70 to get full benefits. So late. So the Senior Bowl is basically another opportunity for football players before they enter the draft to basically like show off their skills. So they have a game where they line up a bunch of players on different teams and they just play one more time, kind of like the Shrine Bowl. And it gives the players an opportunity to meet the coaches and speak to them in person. And I am not sure if they get one-on-one interviews. I think that might not be until the combine, but I think it just gives them an opportunity to get familiar with each other before that. 2nd and 1. Come on, sack fumble here. How about it? How about it? Washington, come on. Jesus Christ. Do not let him score again. Oh my God, I hate you. Oh, thank God they stopped him before. Oh. Does the AFC West have the toughest head coach lineup? 100%. I think they do. Yes, rooting for the Bills. Daniel, honestly, and Drew Lock were like co-MVPs. Wait, that's hysterical. I don't know what the deal is to get to the combine. I didn't even look into it this year. I was thinking about it. Here we go. The fucking tush push. You guys are so lame. First and goal, your quarterback has a bum knee. Like, you're not even going to try to throw the ball. Yeah, maybe next year I'll go to the combine. Come on. Offsides defense. Jesus. Go get him, Mars. You guys hear like Tom Brady trying to make a joke and like no one's laughing with him? Oh my God. Oh my God. Please tell me. I think Hurts just fumbled it. Here we go. This is how you do it, Commanders. You can do it. One more, two more times. Stop it. Oh, it was a low snap. No. Yes, no running game and multiple turnovers is a recipe for disaster. Totally agree. He's a sleeper pick of the draft, so I'm happy to share it with Giants fans. There you go, guys. Tight end Oscar Delp from UGA will be a solid player. Oh my God, please do not call that on the Commanders again. Jesus. Oh, did Mama scare you? Between the turnovers and the penalties, you guys. Oh, my, this is a mess. I am torn on the Titans because I feel like it's hard to believe that they just came out and were like, we're going after a generational player. You know what I mean? Because it's like so Dave Gettleman that anyone with a brain would never do that. But we all knew Gettleman just thought he was smarter than everyone else. So he always would do stupid stuff like that. So I'm like, there's no way that they just kind of gave up their plan there. I think if they get, oh my God, again? Who is this guy, Luvu? Why is it so hard for him to wait 1 second? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Dude, oh my God. Anyway, so I think what the Titans do, if I were the Titans, this is what I would do. I would get a veteran quarterback and I would start the veteran quarterback this year. I would maybe trade out of one and get draft picks for next year. And then you get a generational player or someone else. Oh my God, this is pathetic.
Well, interestingly enough, you get a situation here, if these are deliberate, and you heard Sean Hockey say that it could lead to an unsportsmanlike conduct call, it could also lead to awarding a score if it happens multiple times like this. So we'll hear what Sean has to say.
This is pissing me off more because the Eagles are just purposely waiting until the last second to call the play. Just fucking you're this far away from the goal line. Just fucking do it. Stupid. This is why I hate the Eagles. I hate them for a multitude of reasons, but shit like this really pisses me off about them. Anyway, if I were the Titans, I would probably trade out of one. I would get more draft picks for next year because they have a new GM, so there's no rush for them to win. Like, he's going to be there for a while, unlike Joe Shane. So I would get best player available, or maybe I would go Travis Hunter at one, and then I would get a veteran quarterback. I wouldn't give up on Will Levis just yet. I would let the veteran see if he can help Will Levis develop at all. And I'm going to assume that they're just going to make some changes too there on the coaching staff. So, like, really, Jalen Hurts needs to have 3 touchdowns today and Saquon too. You can't spread the fucking ball around. I hate this goddamn team so much. I really, really do. Anyway, and then I'd get a quarterback, maybe in a later round or wait till 2026 because there's no rush for them to get one now, especially if they feel like Hunter is the better pick over one of those quarterbacks. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of crazy to give up on Will Levis already, He's also been on a wildly dysfunctional team and organization, so anyway. I want it is cold out there. When Eli goes to Canton, I'm also going. I'm laughing with Brady. That was awful. Do you think that it's a conflict of interest that the Devils 76 wait, I didn't know this, that the Devils 76ers and Commanders all have the same owner? But aren't there multiple owners for the Commanders? The most exciting quarterback sneak in NFL history. It's the worst. I agree the tush push should be illegal. It's just so weak. Devils, 76ers. No, because they're all different teams. I think if they were in, like if they had two NFL teams, then yes, it's probably a conflict of interest, but they're all different sports. So I say no. Tennessee is saying call us. Abdul Carter is insane, but he's a huge Eagles fan. He would have to get over that. If the Giants get Travis Hunter, what are they going to do with him? Use him as a wide receiver or corner? I don't know. I don't know if the right move is to force him into one position or to have him play both positions. I think the reason that you draft him is because he's so good at both positions. If you want a wide receiver or a corner, you can just draft a wide receiver or a corner at a different time, you know? So, I just don't trust the Giants to use him the right way. And in my opinion, I want a veteran quarterback more than I want a rookie corner, excuse me. So I would rather have DJ Reed or someone like that in free agency and then just draft a wide receiver in a later round. That's what I would personally do instead of getting Travis Hunter. I don't know. I was really on board with Hunter, but I think my mind is changing a little bit because I really just feel like we need a veteran cornerback. And I don't know if I would draft him and force him into the wide receiver role because we drafted a wide receiver 6 overall last year. I don't think we need another wide receiver at 3, you know? Yes, Harris, we are still friends. But I'm still rooting for the Eagles to lose. Oh, Nick Foles, huh? Honorary captain? I didn't know they did that. If Jalen Hurts is, I agree, Jalen Hurts is overrated. I think any quarterback would succeed in this system when you have one of the top offensive lines in the league. You have a good running back, very good wide receivers, very good tight ends. Dallas Goedert is a freak. He's got so much talent across the board, and he has 15 minutes back there to throw the ball. Like, I would be a good quarterback back there, and no one is going to convince me otherwise. Hunter will play corner and he will get like 15 snaps at wide receiver. Sammy, I agree. That's why I've always been the one who's been like not keeping Saquon was the right move. We had him for 6 years and he's never had any of the success that he's having now. Needs an offensive line. So I get it. Sammy, you're not the only one. Harris is in here. It's also an Eagles fan, but thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, and they have a good defense. Like, if you're the Eagles quarterback and you can't succeed, that's a you problem because you have everything. The biggest problem the Eagles have is Sirianni, and he doesn't even call the plays or do anything. So. Okay. Shh. Do you think Hurts is the second best Jalen on the Eagles? Carter, it does look pretty good so far. I'd say maybe. Yeah, Kellen Moore is killing it over there. No question. Come on, Commanders. Shh. Okay. Why didn't you go for Ertz there? Can you stop barking at me, please? Oh my God, if I could ever get Mara on the podcast, the PR team would probably be like, you can't ask that. You can't ask that. No, stop. But I'd like it. Listen, the Cowboys aren't winning another Super Bowl as long as Jerry Jones is alive. So we can agree on that. Come on, Commanders. Let's go, Jalen. Oh my God. Jamison Crowder, huh? Former Giant. How is Lane Johnson able to commit at least 6 false starts per game and never get called? Watch him been doing it for years. I don't know. Just it's the same reason why Pat Mahomes gets a billion calls his way every year. Okay, Mars. Shh. Yes. Can I give the Eagles props for what? I think if this is the Lions, the Eagles wouldn't be winning. Listen, the Eagles are a good football team. I will never deny that. They're a very talented football team. Oh my God. But the Commanders are beating themselves. You cannot turn the ball over 3 times. Like you just can't do that if you want to win. So, I think if they didn't turn the ball over that much, this game would be neck and neck, would be so much closer. So unfortunately, I think they're beating themselves, which shit happens, you know? No run game today. Can't run shit. Thank you. I told my buddy who's a big Cowboys fan, as long as Jones is owning that team, they will never sniff a title game. The Jets will win one before the Cowboys. I agree with you, but I have no faith in the Jets. I mean, I'm a little bit of a Jets hater, but I also think that, I mean, here's what I'll say. The Jets have probably a better possibility of getting to a title game than the Cowboys have while Jerry's alive. I will say that. Yes, jokes away. Make them. I know, turning the ball over. I feel like they were not turning the ball over a lot, though. I know they did in that one game. Wasn't it against the Eagles where they turned the ball over 5 times and still won? But still, you got to hold on to the goddamn ball. Oh my God, Jalen, get rid of it! Oh my God. Nolan Smith, I fucking love that guy in the draft, and I was so pissed that the Eagles drafted him. Ertz looks old today. He's been hit or miss today. Like, he either makes great plays or you're like, what the hell are you doing, bro? AFC is much harder for the playoffs. That's true. Yes, forced fumbles part of the game. I just feel like the Commanders didn't have a big history of turning the ball over this season. You know? Not like the Giants who threw, multiple pick sixes back-to-back weeks. So you interviewing Mara would be like when 60 Minutes flew to Iran to interview the religious fanatical leader who hated America. Yes. Deep down, I do love the Giants, though. I'm just mad at them. The stupid ass decisions that they make. The Eagles, I hate to say it, they draft well and they can go crazy in free agency. We can't draft for shit, and Mara needs to look at the mirror. His product sucks. He's too old school. I heard that what happened with the Daniel Jones deal was that Mara came in at the 9th hour and was like, just get it done. And supposedly that's why he ended up getting the $40 million. I don't know if that's true, but I do think that for the most part, since Mara has hired Shane, he has taken a step back in the decision making. So I don't think he's like fully making decisions on everything. But he's made some very questionable decisions with hiring and things like that. Yeah, 41 and 29. You might be pretty close. Oh my God. Can we get a pick six here, please? That's a late flag. You whiny bitch, Goddard. Philly does draft very well year after year. Dude, they like are having as many penalties as the Ravens. What is going on here? Yes, the Eagles, Shea is right that the Eagles always draft OL and DL draft. We don't. Ooh. Is it time for you to relax? Oh, you're so cute. Look at this price. Yes, Brandon Brown is not going anywhere because he did not get the head coaching job. Mara has not taken a step back when Dable says he talks to Mara every day. I think it's more of like a check-in thing. I don't know. I could be wrong on this, but I feel like Mara is not telling them what to do in regards to like the draft and free agency. Shea, you know what's crazy? Supposedly, though, Tim McDonald is like very well respected in the NFL as a whole. Like people think he's done a good job there, which is wild. But supposedly he's well respected there. Oh my God, you guys fucking suck. What is mind-boggling is Tish, he owns 50%, but lets his partner screw over. Okay, so from what I understand, Steve Tish is solely the money guy, and he's only involved. He only gets involved if he needs to get involved. So I was talking to Jordan Renan and Dan Duggan about this when we were in Germany for the game. And they were like, you don't want Steve Tish making personnel decisions. He's like a Hollywood guy who is just the money. He doesn't know about football. He's not a football ops guy. He's not a draft specialist. Like, you don't want him involved in all of that. So I thought that was interesting and a very good point. But what they need, I think, is maybe someone who's as rich as Steve Tish, who can provide the backing, but someone who also knows a lot about football and running a good football team and drafting well and doing well in free agency and cap stuff and all of that. So I don't know who that is or whether or not they exist, but that's what the Giants need. Yes, Tish only comes into town to fire someone. He's legendary. It's great. Yes, the Giants had a good draft in 2025. I really wonder if there were a lot of Dave Gettleman scouts and stuff still employed by the Giants for the last 2 years. And if that's why the drafts in 2022 and 2023 were not great compared to 2024. And I don't know the answer to that. But I'm curious if that's part of the reason why, or like maybe this draft class was just that much better that, they were more likely to hit on players in every round. I don't know. I really don't know. Cliff is our next head coach. He's done an amazing job as an offensive coordinator. Yeah, that's true. It doesn't matter if they don't want to sell. Mara is never going to sell ever. Over his dead body, is he ever going to sell? We should have built around Barkley. They did. Well, they tried to. They drafted him. You know, he was on the team for 6 years, right? What the Giants should have done is never drafted Saquon in the first place. When your team is in shambles in 2018 and your offensive line sucks, you know what you shouldn't have done is drafted a fucking running back, number 2 overall. When you have no offensive line. Stupidity. Absolutely stupid. There were other good players in that draft that they should have drafted who would have made a better impact than a running back. Running backs are good when they have good offensive lines. Look at Derrick Henry. Look at the double-headed monster that's on the Lions, and look at Saquon. All things that they have in common, an amazing offensive line. What the Giants don't have, an amazing offensive line. Doesn't matter. Derrick Henry would be on this football team. He would not be as good as he has been on the Ravens. There's no question. I should just turn this game off. I agree that I think Mara needs to bring in like a consultant or someone who can really advise them on, I don't know, drafting best practices, scouts, all sorts of stuff. That's the owner's fault. He wanted the Giants to build around Eli. Yeah, but then they should have built an offensive line, not a running back. That's on Dave Gettleman. Do you know he got calls to move out of that spot and he didn't? Everyone knew they were taking Saquon. Dave Gettleman fucked this franchise 100 times over, and there's no question about that. From drafting Saquon 2 overall to a lot of other things that he did, he really screwed it over. Yeah, we might never see a running back go top 5 again. I agree. Tish has 50. Mara and Wellington had 50-50. Jack dies, leaves his 50 to his son. Tim sells it all to the Tish family. No way. Tim's not selling, I don't think. Hell no, I'm not watching the NFC Championship ceremony. Yeah, I just think the Giants were not in a position back then in 2018 to draft a running back 2 overall. There were other things, other positions that they needed to draft and other things that they should have done that they didn't. And I'm not saying Saquon's not a good football player. He's obviously a very good football player, but he was limited to what he could do with the Giants because he never had a good offensive line and he never had a great quarterback. And I don't think Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, but the Eagles are loaded with talent. And when you have a good tight end and you have good wide receivers and the opposing defenses are not focused on one sole player like they were when he was on the Giants, then you're bound to have success, you know? Nick Sirianni is like Doug Peterson. He's not a good coach. The Eagles are I totally agree with you. Definitely should have traded back, getting the right quarterback. Yes, I agree. So yes, I am going to watch the Chiefs Bills game. The question is it on this channel right after? Oh man, I feel bad for Jalen, but oh no, it's not on this channel. Okay, it's on CBS. But hell of a season, man. Hell of a season. Yes, Harris. Yeah, Dave really screwed us back for years. What do Eagles fans and a school on Saturday have in common? Both have 0 class. Chris, love it. Thank you. You are spot on. Very true. Very true. And the worst part is that after this, Eagles fans are going to be insufferable. So I think it has to be the Bills because I think the Bills can take down the Eagles. I mean, the Chiefs did it once. Could they do it again? But, I mean, it's going to have, are you talking about the game today, Harris? It's going to have to be Saquon. He has 3 touchdowns. People will argue Hurts because he also has 2 touchdowns, but no one is not. They're going to say Saquon, no question. Someone said Dable asked Shedeur if he's ready to throw 2-yard passes to Monte. Hi, Marcy. That is awesome. See, there we go. Where it's wow, look at that hurdle. Do you think the Giants should have signed him if they knew he was going to the Eagles, or best to just live with it? No, I think you can't just sign someone because you think they're going to go to another team. It's the Giants have so many issues, and using extra cap money that you don't really have on an aging running back is not a great idea. They have to get 3 talented veterans in free agency this year, and of course, none of them are going to be a running back. So, and I also just think that having Saquon on the team wouldn't have made that much of a difference this year. I get that people are like, you can't let him go knowing he's going to go to a competitor, but you can't keep him just because he might go to a competitor either. So he also almost went to the Texans, but look at the Eagles team. They are in a position to pay for a running back because they have talent and depth in literally every other position. Like the Giants are nowhere close to that. Yeah, the people in the front office suck, but Dave's picks are the best on the team. Some of them. I think it will be interesting to see how the 2024 draft class for the Giants does in year 2 and year 3. Yeah, dude, Jalen Carter is a violent man. Yeah, Gettleman effect still lingering big time. Totally. I mean, you look at the Patriots, the Commanders, the Bears, these teams have multiple years in a row where they have like 70, 80, 90, $100 million in cap space. We have 45. We're like lucky if we end up having 60 this year. And last year, I think we had 35. So, I know. Yes, I'm ready for the Bills Chiefs too. Unless the Bills pull a miracle in KC tonight, looks like I'll be forced to root for the gym. If it's Chiefs Eagles, I'm telling you right now, I'm not watching. I'm going to watch the Puppy Bowl or whatever else is on that night instead. Hi, Mars. Commanders kicker Zane Gonzalez abused by Philadelphia fans after going viral. Really? I did not know that. Dude, they're the worst. Thank you, Harris. I appreciate that. Listen, I'm nice to Eagles fans who are nice to me, but I still will not go to the link because most of them are not nice to opposing fan bases. Although it was very nice to see some kumbaya today of Eagles and Commanders fans just hating on Dallas. Guys, if that was a Terry McLaurin touchdown, I would have won my other parlay, most likely, with Saquon being first and him being last. Ugh. Awful. As a Jets fan, Woody needs to sell the team. I agree with you. I think Aaron Glenn is going to be a good coach, but I think Woody is a mess. Jaden Daniels, I agree, should win Rookie of the Year. 100% agree. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Or is it Rookie of the Year? Is it both? I don't know. First of all, do not even compare Lawrence Taylor and Saquon Barkley. They are not even remotely close, first of all. Second of all, you don't just keep Barkley because of loyalty. What loyalty did he show to the Giants when they offered him multiple deals and he said, fuck off? No. You want to talk about loyalty? Goes both ways. They offered him 2 deals in the 2022 season before they franchised him. And he said no to both of them. That's why they franchised him and signed. It's not the only reason why they franchised him and signed Jones, but You know, like you can't talk about loyalty only one way. We got to go both way. And Lawrence Taylor is the greatest Giant to ever live. Saquon will never come remotely close to that. He was a good Giant for sure, but we won one playoff game with him. So LT won Super Bowls. So from what I saw, the Giants cap this year is, as of right now, I think it's around 45, but I heard it was going to be up to 60. So I don't think they have announced yet what the cap is going to be for this offseason or this upcoming season. So I think that is when it's going to change. Because remember during Hard Knocks, Shane was like, oh, we were preparing for the what's it called? We were preparing for, I mean, look at this. Not Saquon Barkley. Their backup running back is as good as Saquon with this shit. Just fucking unbelievable. Shipley. Anyway, so I forget what I was saying, but anyway, in Hard Knocks, Shane was like, oh, we were preparing that the salary cap was going to be this. And then when the NFL announced it actually was higher than what we were planning on. So anyway, all that to say that it could be higher than what we think it's going to be. So let's hope that is the case. I'm turning this game off. I'm not watching anymore. As of right now, the Giants have 50 mil. Okay, I hope it goes up for that. First of all, you can't not have it back. You can't argue that they should have kept Saquon and not signed Drew Lock. Because you need a backup quarterback knowing, number one, your quarterback is injury prone. And number two, they didn't know if he was going to be ready to go for week one. You want Tommy DeVito being the starter week one? Because could you imagine if the Giants, I want you to think about this for a second. Just imagine this. If the Giants paid Saquon and then didn't bring in a backup quarterback, just think about that. You think you're upset now? Could you imagine if they kept Saquon and had Jones and everything that went down with this season? It would have been Jones and then Tommy DeVito and then who? Tim Boyle? Do you think that's acceptable? You think that would be better just because we would have had Saquon? The quarterback is the most important position in the NFL. Do not talk about the fucking running back and try to compare it to the quarterback. It's not even remotely close. Yeah, but he was off the field nightmare. Who cares? Everyone was doing drugs. It was the 80s. They don't call it the cocaine 80s for nothing. And it doesn't matter. They won Super Bowls. Saquon was never going to win a Super Bowl with the Giants, with this football team, ever. Have you literally seen this football team while Saquon is on it? Never. Never. I know none of us loved the DJ pick. None of us were thrilled they re-signed him. But if you think that paying Saquon instead of Drew Lock and going into the season with Daniel Jones, Tommy DeVito, and Tim Boyle was better, you're delusional because it's not. You can't even compare it. You just can't. 100%, even if we kept Barkley, fans still would have complained. Because if we kept Barkley, he probably would have been injured by week 4. And we would have won maybe 2 more games. We would have a worse draft pick and we'd have worse cap space. So tell me how it would have made things better. Tell me. I know. We're all praying for the Bills. Oh, Mike Kafka is coming back, you guys. Wait, I lied. The Seahawks are hiring the Saints offensive coordinator as their new offensive coordinator. I saw the Saints and I was like, oh my God, an offensive coordinator. So not, okay. Kafka's still in the running for the Saints head coach job. Ooh, sorry, guys. I'm going to be a Bills fan now or just quit. We're all rooting for the Bills tonight. Are you talking about last offseason Justin Fields was available? He's also available this offseason. But I'm not saying that signing Drew Lock was a great idea. I'm saying that if you're trying to say we should have used the $6 million from Drew Lock on Saquon Barkley and then not had a veteran backup, that's fucking insane. It's literally insane. Yes, thank you. With the Giants, he was always getting hit behind the line of scrimmage. With the Eagles, he struts to the end zone untouched. He goes untouched for like 40 yards. So his yards after tackle are better with the Eagles than they ever were with the Giants. So yes, that's why he was hurt every year. I know. I will say I turned on the Taylor Swift documentary the other day and I was like, oh, this is kind of nice to see a different side of her. I'm not really a huge fan, but listen, if the Commanders can run down the field and McLaurin can score, I can still hit that parlay. But there go my other parlays where I had the Commanders winning, so can't win them all, you know? God, I hate the fucking Eagles so much. Ugh, it's officially over. Damn it. Oh, I'm so sad for the Commanders. I mean, what an amazing season. The fact that their first year after they fired everyone and whatnot is just crazy. To be fair, Charlton, everyone hates the Eagles. I know why Barkley had to go, but what gets me upset with this team is the dumb never tank motto. We lost out on Jaden Daniels because of that. We also lost out on Drake May. I agree. I mean, listen, Mara is never going to sign off on tanking. Tanking is a bad look on coaches, on everyone. And the players don't want to tank. So I think there's this false narrative that like people are people in the building are on board with tanking. I think of the Giants specifically, that'll never happen. It is a shame that they won those couple of useless games to end up losing out on Jaden Daniels and Drake May. Sucks big time, for sure. Who services the crystal ball that says Giants with Saquon Barkley only win 6 games? The last 6 years that he's been a Giant. First of all, the roster this year is worse. The 2024 roster was worse than 2022 when they won the sole playoff game. They won one playoff game with Saquon Barkley on this team. Number 2, Saquon Barkley has been injured for 50% of the time that he was with the Giants. Number 3, Saquon Barkley was on the team in 2023 when Daniel Jones was on the team in 2023. And guess what? We won 6 games. I don't know why you think that having Saquon would have made this team you think that having Saquon on this team would have made it that much better this year? He was on the team for 6 years. He's never been as good as he was with the Eagles this year. It's like you can't compare them. You can't compare them. It's not the same. Also, we had good running backs this year. So we didn't lose games because we have bad running backs. We lost games because we have awful quarterbacks. We have no depth anywhere across the board. Our defense can't stop anyone. Our offense can't score touchdowns. Our quarterbacks suck. And our coaching also sucks. And we have a shitload of penalties. So I don't know why you think that Saquon is going to make us win more football games. Hi, Tay. Yes, I have already covered off on the reason why Saquon is good this year because he has a good offensive line. And also because they have the most talent on the entire team from top to bottom outside of Nick Sirianni in the whole NFL. They have the best talent. They lost their starting center. Their starting center did not play today. They had a backup center in and they still scored 6 touchdowns. I need you guys to understand this. Do you know what the Giants don't have? Depth. talent, good coaching, discipline. Should I go on? Yes, Eagles fans will not. If it's Chiefs Eagles, Sheo, we're not watching. We're rooting for the stadium to blow up. No one gets hurt, but for there to not be a game, that's what we're rooting for. I am not staying on for the Bills game. I'm going to go relax. And I got to eat something too. The Eagles offensive line coach is the best in the league. They have amazing talent. They draft really well. They have depth across the board. They lost Jason Kelsey, an all-pro, all-star football player for over a decade. They lost him this offseason. You would literally never know. You would never know. Do you know what happens when we lose our offensive linemen? Our quarterbacks get sacked 17 times in a game. That's what happens. So, yes, 3 a.m. the night before. There you go. I agree, Tay. You have no idea. I think the Bills and the Chiefs have better run defenses, though, than the Commanders. Like, we knew the Commanders didn't have a great run defense going into this game. I didn't think it was going to be that bad, though. But if it was the Lions, man, it's a shame it wasn't the Lions. All right, Mars, that's enough. Go tell Dad you're hungry. Go tell him. Jeff Stoutland is the Eagles O-line coach. He is great. Yeah, he's amazing. Like, if anyone wins a coach award, it should be him. It's crazy. Barkley, because he got a yes. Let's just hope one of these teams tonight can stop the run, and then we can feel confident that if they win, they can do a good job in the Super Bowl. Tay, I'm about to get off anyway, but thanks for joining. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. I got to go feed my dog. I got to feed myself. Go Bills. Go anyone who has a good run defense, honestly. Enjoy the rest of your night. Cha. Yes, you enjoy your dinner as well. No more Saquon fighting. Okay, it's over. There's nothing we can do about it. The team needs a good quarterback. That's what's most important. That's what we're going to start with. And then there's a laundry list of things after that. But I'll be at the Senior Bowl this week, so maybe I can do a live one night and we can talk about the Senior Bowl and what I saw during the day and stuff. But enjoy the rest of your night. Go Bills. Thanks for joining.